He's getting worried, doesn't he? Hello, boys and girls.
Howdy.
What's happening,
Well,
guys?
welcome to Friday night. Go on then, Simon.
Sorry, Adrian, I didn't mean to start talking over you.
Welcome to Friday night.
Our illustrious host is otherwise engaged, but he'll be
Go
with
on then,
us.
Simon.
Sorry,
This week we've got
Need to
Matt
get rid of that.
Onthewrist. Thank you for joining us this week for our live chat.
Thanks for having me.
We hope to discuss all things horology, and we often go off on a bit of a tangent talking about other things, so do bear with us. I'm sure, bearing in mind what we've been talking about behind the scenes, I'm sure music and sort of rock music may come up in some degree, so do bear with us. I can't say I know much about that type of music, but I can smile and nod.
You're going to find out in September, matey.
Here we go.
September.
There'll be a baptism of fire.
You know what? I'm going to be ruined.
All right, well, we got this thing now.
The main man is back.
Oh,
All
the
right,
man
well,
is
everybody, here we go. Welcome to Friday Night Beer and Wise Talk. My stupid notebook Chrome didn't want me to connect into the room, so I'm on the phone. And we're going to go from here. We want to welcome our special guest right down underneath of Simon, Matt, on the wrist. If you're not subscribed to him on his YouTube channel, and if you're not following him on Instagram, go over there right now and give him some love.
Thank y'all very much.
Guys and girls.
Pleasure to be here.
yeah, absolutely. Hello, everybody in the chat. What we got in here? We got Rico, we got Leon, we got Matty S, we got Russell, Mad Watch Collector.
Peter C.
Welcome.
Peter C.
Nightwing, Peter
Nightwing.
C.
The Mad
Guys,
Watch
early
Collector.
doors, I want to make this pledge that I will
Yes.
make sure that I get back to you in the comments. I know in the past it might be my shortcoming, but I promise you we're going to make things different tonight. Yeah, because my wife is on the comments.
What's up, Drew?
Hello, Danielle.
Yeah.
It's true 2022.
What's
Yeah.
happening?
What's up, Rico? All right, Adrian's got to babysit me on these comments. So look, we're going to do a quick wristwatch check, but we're starting with our special guest, Matt. So go ahead and show us what you got on that wrist, brother.
Yeah, what we got?
So I'm wearing my Jean Richard Aquascope.
Oh, go run that by us again. What is it?
What is
Jean
it?
Richard Aquascope.
Nice.
Let's see. Yeah, that's a better shot.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That that.
Jean Richard got consumed by Gerard. Actually, I don't even know how to say it. Parax.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah, I never know how to
consumed by
pronounce
that
it.
brand a couple years ago, but it's like a 44 millimeter watch, but it's very tight lug to lug, so it fits nice and neat. And I just love the dial. It's got a nice vertical grain with almost like a charcoal coloring.
Cool.
And a lot of fun. I've wanted a Jean Richard for a long time, but they're
Right.
because the brand's out, you have to get them used. And I stumbled across a really great deal, so I just hopped on it.
Nice.
Oh.
What's inside it? What's the movement?
I think it's I forget if it's based ETA or Solita. It's an off the shelf movement. They call it the Jean Richard, I think 30, but I don't know of any modification they actually do to it. It's
Oh right,
just
okay.
sort of
Yeah, nice
party
piece.
movement.
Also,
Yeah,
man,
no,
do you
like a
mind,
lot.
sorry guys, do you mind if I see the band it's on? Was it? It looked like a silicone band with sort of like a butterfly sort of clasp. What's that saying?
Yeah, no. So it does have the not butterfly, but a clasp with
Yeah. I
the
know what
logo
you're
there.
Nice.
And the vertical, it's got a vertical pattern to it with an R etched into it on both sides for Jean Richard. Very cool,
Do you know
very
what?
comfortable too.
Clasps. I quite like them clasps, to be honest. They're quite comfortable.
Yeah, especially on rubber. It's nice.
Yeah, it conforms nicely.
Yeah, and what's really nice is the strap is very, very thin too, so it's not too stiff. Very
Nice.
comfortable. Doesn't slip around at all.
Nice one.
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
Who's going next?
You go, Simon. We're just going up the pond, so it's you.
Okay. So, guys and girls, do bear with me. If you was looking at my Instagram this evening, you will see that I put a very short video. No one was harmed in the making of that video. What we do have is we do have a watch. I've got my Seiko Negroni. It's the first time I've been able to wear it for a while. Sorry, guys, I can't get it quite. There we go. I'm not going to be able to do it justice with the dial, but I promise you it's beautiful. And as I've said many times before, no one quite does dials like Seiko. So congratulations, Seiko.
Amen. That's right.
Yeah, that's true.
That is beautiful.
That is very true to the Seiko hater in the house.
He's having a go at True.
Right.
Steve, only took 5 minutes. That's record time, that is, Steve.
Yeah, you know how I am protective about my Seikos. All right, I guess I got to go next. So, of course, you all... this camera sucks on this. Yeah, but y'all know I already got on. I got the rotary Henley automatic blue dial. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. It's only gaining like 3 seconds a day in 7 days from across the pond. 3,000 miles.
Nice. Steve, you might have to run that past me. I don't know if I've seen that before. What's that watch?
Yeah, these crazy guys on Friday night beer and watch chats got together and sent me an early Christmas present.
Okay.
I'm gonna do like Matt did. Look, because you can't get the angle. And look, I'm over here sweating bullets from not getting on, and I got my fan on. Look, let me do this like Matt did. Look at that dial. Look at that. Look at that. You can see it. You can see it. Look at that, man. I'm doing the review tomorrow, dropping it next week. But look, Matt, look at that dial, bro. Ooh. Sunburst blue. You doesn't get any better than that, brother.
Looks good.
Are you familiar with Rotary, Matt?
I am not, but that's a UK brand, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Miyota high beat movement in it. Like I said, 3 seconds a day it settled down to. I'll take that. That's better than some of my Seikos.
I love the high beats.
Whoa,
now, is it high HIGH or HI beat? Because there's a difference, right?
I'm not sure. My watchmaker looked at it when he sized it last Saturday and told me all this. I could not find any information on the actual Miyota movement in it on the site.
Matt, would you be kind enough to inform us what the differences are apart from the way it's spelled?
Yes.
So so I got a little backlash. I did a review on one of the Islander watches, and it's HI beat, which means it has 6 beats per second.
Okay.
Someone told me that technically high beat is reserved for 8 beats a second or more. Okay. So high, it's better than the 4 beats, but it's not as much as HIGH, which is a higher BPM.
Yeah, because that'll mean that the HI or the high is 21,600, like a NH35, that kind of thing. Yeah, cool.
Right.
Yeah, I think like 36,000 roughly is the cutoff.
And hey, Matt, I don't know if you know, but
I've seen
am the heavyweight champion of the World Watch Entertainment industry right now on Traps Versus. So yes, I have my medal a second week in a row on proudly.
Matt, the thing is what you'll find with Steve is he doesn't like talking about it. He likes to keep it very hush-hush in terms of this victory he's had.
Right.
He's very humble about it too,
Yes.
I'm glad you noticed.
Yes.
It hasn't changed him at all.
Right.
I'm glad he remembers the little people,
Yes.
He still talks to us.
Yeah, he's still here.
Right.
Adrian, how about yourself? What are you wearing, Adrian?
Yeah, what you got on, Adrian?
I'm probably going to take some flack off of Simon for this, but
you got the rip off of the Pagani on. Oh, okay.
Rip off. I've told you when I come and see you in a couple of weeks, I'll bring the original. I'll bring the original with me.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, that Tudor Black Bay is an actual rip off of the Pagani design. I don't know if you knew that or not.
Who knew that?
How did I know? Could have written that.
Well, they got to get their ideas somewhere, right?
We have the referee here now. Like, yeah, you're in trouble.
Nikita in the house.
I can't actually hear anything.
How you doing, Nikita? You all right?
Hey, Nightwing said I'm one of the champions. Actually, I am the heavyweight champion. Until I get dethroned.
Yeah, you've got to go up against the Golden Skull yet.
Yeah, and Chemo. Yeah.
So come on, let's have. We got Leon's got a Pepsi 009 on the wrist. Who's wearing what out in the chat? Let's see what we've got going on in there.
Right.
Yeah, true. Beware of expensive imitations. Absolutely.
Daniel said these were. Leon, yeah.
Somebody's got a second device. The volume's up because we're echoing all of a sudden.
Yeah, well, that was because Nikita is in here and she couldn't hear because I got my headphones on. So I just turned the monitors up a bit.
That's what it is.
Yeah, Nikita off. Don't worry about that, mate.
Yeah. See, Nikita starts trouble when she comes in and starts echoing.
Ken Spear in the building. Come on, let's hear from the people in the chat. What have we got on various risks?
Where is the Sin 104?
We know that Leon's got his SKX on.
Right.
Sin's very nice.
Marching Classic Driver, nice one.
Oh yes,
Nice.
I thought you'd be wearing that. Yeah, I should have known. Really,
Yeah, he loves that watch.
He
Yeah.
does.
Yeah.
Who else? What's everyone else wearing? I know Rico's wearing that new Southpaw watch.
Yeah, Rico's got that puppy size. I watched him. He went on like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah, I thought I popped in just to have a look. What I did say in the comments, I need to get one of those G-Shock boxes. Can I get one of them in the UK? Do you reckon I can buy one? The Invicta box even. So apologies.
Right. Man o' War Invicta. Yeah, I know he's loving it. Rico, I could tell he was ear to ear smiles when he was doing his video today, man. I'm telling you, that's a nice watch. And he's got like number, what did he say? 100 and something out of, I mean, he's got a low number, it's 100 and something. So that's cool. Well, so go ahead, Simon, fire off a question. We'll just go take turn because I know you got a question. You look like it. You're oozing with a question for Matt.
Well, no, I just, you know me, I'm quite a mellow type of guy. I normally just sit here waiting for you guys to do all the talking. So I feel like you've kind of put me on the spot now. But I mean, if you want me to talk, I'll talk.
Right. Well, it's too early. It's too early to ask him the cliche question that we always do. So
Yeah, no, not with that.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Peter C. That's not my decision.
Watches.
Yes.
So
Hey.
Matt. So what got you into watches, if you don't mind me asking? What started the hobby in this sort of mad hobby we're all involved in at the moment?
Right.
Yeah, well, so I think one day I said, I don't know how a watch works. And so I just went on YouTube, watched an old video that Hamilton made in like maybe the 70s or maybe the 60s. It's like a very old style, the kind of thing you'd see like in high school. But it was very clear. And I'm a mechanical engineer by trade. So I watched it, sat back afterwards and was like, I could build one of those. And from there I was in. Like, I was like, wow, mechanically, I never thought about how a wristwatch works. And that really intrigued me. And then I started just browsing around, seeing what there was. I bought like a super cheap watch from Amazon just to wear a watch to see if I would even like doing that. And after a while, I was like, I kind of like this. So then I went down the rabbit hole, slowly creeping up in price point and features, went from quartz to mechanical to mecha quartz, mechanical chronograph, and all sorts of craziness. And then I found out that no one really wanted to talk about watches with me the amount I wanted to talk about it. So that's when I decided to turn to YouTube as a way to like creative outlet,
100%.
Nice.
Tell us a bit about your YouTube channel then.
Sure. Well, I'm coming up on the 1-year anniversary, and for that, I'm going to do a full state of the collection video where I go over, my full collection. I'm pretty excited to do that. But I've been I mostly focus on reviews, but I have some new content coming up where I need to make it more about discussion topics about the watch industry. Like I did an interview with a brand owner a couple weeks ago. I have another interview scheduled next week with a brand owner. So I want to start doing some more industry or just watch hobby content instead of mostly reviews. At the moment, it's mostly reviews because I buy a lot of watches. So I review them when I buy them. And it's also fun, right? Because it's anytime I want to watch, I usually watch a review, right? You Google around to see what other people think, see it in some lighting. So I have a lot of reviews on my channel if you're interested in that. I did one repair video too on an old Waltham watch. That was a lot of fun.
How did that go? Was it the go to plan?
It was a great video on how not to repair a watch.
Right.
But at the end of the day, I got it working, right? Like there was a bunch of moments where like throughout the video, I'm like, and this is not what you want to do, but it is what I'm going to do. Right. Not wearing gloves or anything, just jamming stuff in there with my thumbs. But hey, at the end of the day, I got it working. I broke the crystal, couldn't find a replacement.
Well, Matt, you know what? You know what I've done. Listen, I've spoke to the guys about this before. It's very infuriating because you watch these videos. Like for instance, I watched Jody do videos before where he talks about I'm not a watchmaker or nothing like this, and he starts putting these things together, and it looks so easy. I thought so many times, what could go wrong? What could go wrong? I can do this.
Exactly.
If Jody can do it. I can do this.
Right.
It's a lot more tricky than you think.
Well, there's a surprising number of spring-loaded components, right?
Right.
Which are the first couple times I did it, I wasn't wearing glasses and got hit in the face by a spring as it bounced out. So after a while, I started wearing my glasses while I was doing it. And there were several times too where it bounced and just narrowly landed on the edge of the table right over the carpet below it. Right. So if that had gone to the carpet, it would have been over. Just would have been.
No problem.
So it's
yeah. Well, you would think. You would think. Look, when I watched this video and I commented, like I had like a huge paragraph on it, but I was polite about it. But I was laughing watching his video and shaking my head like, no, Matt, no, don't do that. I mean, it was. But I gotta give him kudos though for doing it. And I mean, there's a lot of people behind the camera doing that stuff too. My hat's off to you, bro. Like my hat's off to you. You did an amazing job at the end of the day. Like you said, you don't know unless you take something apart. And I thought it was a good video. I mean, did you get a lot of like spikes on that or no?
Not a huge amount. I really enjoyed doing the video. At the time, I was super mad. Like it was such a frustrating experience, and it was about 8 hours of work that I condensed down to like the 15-minute video or whatever.
Right.
But that's going into it. I sort of said I'm going to spend $40 buy a broken watch on eBay, and if I break it more, dang. But so it wasn't a high risk event.
Is there any chance? I don't know if you can you access comments on your side? Can you do that?
If somebody wants a link, they want you to drop their link.
Your YouTube channel, just so everyone else can click on it. Is that okay?
Sure. Yeah. Let me do that real quick.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that, so yeah, we're still learning all this.
Just proof that I'm looking at the comments. I'm just sort of trying to show off a little bit.
This is a test. Adrian, we are testing him tonight to make sure to see how much gin he drank with Danielle before the show started.
He's on the whiskey.
Now, look, we don't want to wait till Simon has too many more gins and tonics. I think he's got a package right there that he needs to open. I'm doing it you guys this week.
You're a fine one to talk about having too much to drink and resizing the bracelet. Come on, man.
Is, when you say I've got a package, you do know this is a family show, so we're on the same wavelength.
Just make sure. It's early,
So let's go ahead before he gets too liquored up, and we don't want him trying to, make a mess of himself.
Don't want him to cut himself.
He has got a package.
Be careful with those knives too. Look at Leon's like, open the box. That's right. Tell him, Leon.
Yeah. I hope Danielle's already cut that tape for you. She's not going to let you use a knife, is she?
Yeah, to be fair, no fingers were hurt in the unboxing of this because Danielle already had the foresight to go along and cut everything for me. It's like, I don't know if you guys are from the UK. Have you guys watched Blue Peter? This is one
what you prepared earlier, yeah.
So there's a box inside a box.
Inside about now, be careful too, because you got the description tag in there too that you can keep with it, so you know all the stuff on it.
So, Steve, you were saying to me before I make a complete wally of myself, you were saying to me before there's something I need to do and not to do other things. You might need to talk me through the process.
Yeah, we will. That's why I wanted you to open early. Yeah, you just got to be careful when you're unscrewing the bezel and not to double thread it when you put it back on. And yeah, we'll go over that after you open it.
Because I'm not very good. You put quite a lot of tape on it.
That's too much whiskey.
Well, it's coming from over 3,000 miles, and it's an 1888 Elgin silver pocket watch. So I wanted to make sure that it was very secure because we're talking 130 some years old. So yeah,
Elgin's almost as old as Adrian.
Yes, there was import tax.
Hey, pot shots.
There you go. Minding my own business. Matt, have you got yourself in the chat yet? Can you put your link up to your channel?
Yeah, I did.
He did. He just did. See, on the wrist. See, it is. If they click on his thing, it'll take them over, right, to the channel.
Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, my 1,000-year-old eyesight has just seen it.
Well, it's a combination. Wait a minute. We got to go back. Adrian, what are you drinking? Because Leon asked this like 10 minutes ago. What's everybody drinking?
Yeah, to be fair, we didn't touch upon that very much.
Yeah, we didn't. Okay. Look, he's drinking Life or Death, his favorite. All right, come on, Matt. Put it up on the screen again. Everybody wants to see what we're drinking.
Jack's Abbey House Lager.
Nice. All right, go ahead, Simon. We already know what you're drinking, hard liquor, and I got my Yingling.
I don't know if you guys have known this about me. Don't do that. I'm teetotal, so I'm only drinking the can of Monster.
Yeah.
Matt, you want to hear something funny, Matt? When we introduced Simon as our basically third co-host, he said this in the very beginning. I don't drink much, guys. I usually stick to Monster energy drinks. I think that was one time.
He did say that.
Yes, he did.
Stick to Monster energy drink. Jesus. Get your heart rate up real good.
Yeah, the drum roll, please.
Okay. Come on, Adrian's got the drums. He could do this.
The light might not. Here we go.
I have actually.
Oh, very cool.
Put it up to the camera and don't drop it. All right. That's a sidewinder, guys. Look, and it's got the small seconds hand.
Yep.
Did you get the little tag in it too, Simon? The little tag with the description in there? Yeah, look. Tells all the details with it. The year, the joules, the millimeter width, everything. Yep.
I feel like I've been arrested.
All right. Well, look, here's the thing. For people that don't know, we had a show. I don't know which show it was, but Simon said he wanted an old American pocket watch. And in the beginning, I was going to just buy him one from the site where I buy mine from. And I said, no, you know something? I want this to be special and personal. So I'll give him one of my 1800 ones because I only collect 1800s. So I wanted it to be special. So, you know.
Steve, before I go and hash it all up, when it's just arrived, can I just turn the crown to charge it?
Yeah. Listen, you can screw the crown to get it going, but before you do that, unscrew the bezel counterclockwise. Unscrew the bezel, but be careful. Counterclockwise, not clockwise. That'll tighten it.
Can I get Danielle to do this? Is that okay?
Yes. Adrian,
you saw it first on YouTube.
Yes. Yeah, get Danielle to do it, but counterclockwise, you have to unscrew the bezel.
Sounds like Steve should make a tutorial video on YouTube.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
I don't know if you've seen Matt, but he's already done one of those.
Oh, yeah.
So,
he did a bracelet resizing.
Okay. Look at the 4 or 5 o'clock position. You'll see a little lever. Take your nail and pull out the little lever at the 4 or 5 o'clock position all the way out. Oh crap! He's gonna destroy this, Matt. I can see it now.
A shame. I love Elgin too.
What could go wrong?
Well, not if you're waiting to
How
do
hard
it.
can it
Okay,
be?
Danielle's pulling the lever out. It's at the 4 to 5 o'clock. You'll see a little lever. You have to pull it out. It only comes out a little bit, so don't try to take it all the way out.
Yep.
Now take the crown and adjust the time to your time. You can turn the crown now, see? So adjust the time. So get it to your right time. And after you get it to your right time, put that lever back in and screw the bezel back on. And then you can wind it. Yeah.
Ah, top man.
Okay, now after you got your time set, stick the bezel, screw the bezel back on and put the lever back in. Screw the bezel back on clockwise. Make sure it doesn't double thread, and then you can wind the crown. I don't recommend winding the crown until you have the glass cover back on so you don't mess with the second hand.
Okay. Yeah, babe, do that.
That all sounds very complicated.
Danielle can do it. Hey, Matt, I don't know if you saw last stream, but her arts and craft skills are immaculate, man. Yep.
Teamwork makes the dream work. That's
Now, what does it say on the dial? It doesn't just say Elgin, right? It has a couple other words.
Yeah. It says, it's got some other stuff on that one too. Yeah. Okay, now you can wind the crown, Simon, but take your time winding it. Don't go hog wild on it. When you feel it starting to tension up, then it means it's almost wound. But yeah, go ahead and wind it up. It's nice like butter. We're talking 1888. It's about 4 ounces of silver, sterling silver.
Whew.
He did have VAT tax on it, but it was only $80, Leon, because Leon did ask it.
Is the second hand supposed to be moving?
Yes. After you wind it.
It is. I was winding you up.
Okay. Well, no, Adrian, you heard what I said. After you wind it, the second hand moves. I wasn't freaking out.
You looked a bit worried. I'm not going to lie, but
nah, because you gave it to Danielle. That's when I
Howdy,
was
John.
okay.
Yeah, it's not going no more. It's reached the end. So that means it's fully charged now, yeah?
No, yeah. Put it in the screen because Leon's complaining that he wants to see it. There we go.
Yeah, that looks really cool for a watcher.
Put it in a little bit more. Yeah, put it up in there a little more. Yeah, it is beautiful.
Oh, look at that.
Now, just be careful because, like I said, it is a glass bezel, and if it breaks, you'd have to send it to PK Horology. He's the only one I know that has extra glass for the bezel.
You know what? For a watch that age, the sweep on it is really nice.
Yes. I mean, what's that? What's the math? Somebody do the math. What's 1888? What is that? 38 years old, is that?
Yeah, 133, is it?
33. Yeah, so that's 133 years old, serviced. And, yeah, it's great. It's got a beautiful dial. There's no chips in it or nothing. Yep.
Thank you so much.
Yep.
I'm
you got to get yourself a proper pocket watch chain now so you can wear it in your vest or something if you.
Yeah, I'm going to buy a waistcoat especially for this.
Right. I'm going to go get another beer real quick because I'm out. I'll be right back. My wife did get her second COVID shot, and she's very, very sleepy. So when I got home, I had to scramble around doing stuff before the show. I'll be right back.
Yeah, second shot knocked me out for a day.
John Chambers, nice to have you in the chat section. Thank you very much for joining today. See, I'm looking, guys. You need to look at the comments.
You're doing very well.
I already said hello. I already responded. I'm being proactive.
Matt, this isn't really aimed at you. Normally, Steve and Adrian give me a lot of grief because I tend to not look at the comments. So I've got to make
he is known for it, mate. I mean, he's difficult to control. What's this trousseau? Very nice. Weld some lugs on it, and you're laughing. Man, you can't do that.
To be fair, guys, even if I put some lugs on it and put a strap on it, it will still be smaller than an Invicta.
Oh, very true. Very true. I'm with you on that. There's on eBay, some people actually do repurpose old pocket watches into like 44, 46 millimeter cases. And it's great because when you look at the back, there's a ton of finishing. And it's a huge surface area. So they're actually quite good looking.
Is that what they call marriage watches?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is that the same thing?
To be fair, I know someone who got a watch for their wedding, so I don't know if that's the same sort of thing, a pocket watch. I think was that quite synonymous years ago. Then is that what people did?
What's that?
Getting a wedding watch, and it was a pocket watch. Is that a sort of thing?
Oh yeah, no, I don't know about that. No, I think the whole marriage watch thing was nothing to do with actually marriage. It was the fact that you were putting lugs on it so you could put a strap on it. So it's like a conversion.
Okay.
But
Sorry.
People did get your watches when you got married, because that's how I acquired my grandfather's 1953 Boulevard. My grandma bought it for him as a wedding present when she was 15. So yes, people did back then get watches for their spouses as a present for marriage.
Yeah, that's common.
Yeah. That's pretty cool.
Yes. I'm glad you like it, Simon. Like I said, get yourself a proper pocket watch chain at one of those little shops where like Adrian got my military one, and you'll be good to go. Try to get like a vintage one, man. It'll look nice with it.
I think what Danielle wants to do, you want to get like a case to put it in, don't you?
You can. It's a little globe. You ever seen them? It's like the little globe, and you can hang it by the, the thing. I had one. I mean, it's nice to put it on display. Yep.
Yep, that's it.
They're like $20. They're like $20. So I don't know. What's that, like 10 pounds or something for you guys?
13 fun, yeah. Mm. So anyway, guys, we need some more questions, more comments in the comment section. For the first time ever, I'm actually looking at the comments. Right. So send them in. There's no question silly. There's no comment that is ridiculous unless it's ridiculous. So get them sent over.
Yes. Well, I already want to give a special shout out to Peter C., who was so graciously sending over a watch, and me and Simon and Adrian got to talk, but we will do a giveaway on one of the shows where you can win a cool watch from Peter C. So thank you, Peter, for sending that.
Yeah,
nice one.
Man. I see he's just dropped a new video. Texas tea in the house. How are the drinks?
What's up, T?
They're doing okay so far. They're still upright, especially Simon. He's even managed to wind a pocket watch.
Whoa.
Cheers.
Multitasking.
Wait a minute. He sounds like his voice is going through a blender.
What movement impresses me the most?
You hear that, Simon?
What's that, mate?
The new Frederick Constant Slimline Monolith, I think it's called. The new, almost entirely smooth. It's like 80 hertz, like 80 80 beats per second sweep
Wow.
is insane. Yeah, I'll put a link to it. I forget exactly how it works, but essentially there's a thin plate they have where they can adjust weights in certain positions, and it vibrates, and that's what's controlling the regulation. So it just so smooth, and I love like things like Grand Seiko or Accutron.
Right.
I love that sweeping second hand, but the new I think it's called the Monolith. It blew me away. Let me bring that up.
So when you say that, are you comparing it to the spring drive of the Grand Seiko?
Yeah, so it is. I guess I'm comparing it because it is a smooth sweep. So the Seiko, the difference between the Seiko and the Frederic Constant is the Seiko is truly a smooth movement. So there's no stop. It is a completely smooth sweep with no mechanical stops. The Slimline, it's called, has 80 discrete steps between each second. So to our eye, it's a smooth sweep.
Right.
But technically, there's a stop. So those types of things, those impress me. And that I don't care for dress watches at all. But this Slimline, aside from also the huge price tag, but it's just beautiful. Just the motion, the engineering, just so awesome. It's the same with the I think it's the Accutron Space View, where they brought it back an electric watch rather than a quartz watch. Also a smooth sweep. Those types of things blow me away. I love seeing them happen. And for a long time, I've thought about how would I make that happen, because that's what makes me like automatic watches more, or mechanical watches more than quartz. I like the smooth sweep. I think it gives it a little more life.
It's definitely cool. I have a precision. Nice. I love them.
On your channel, Matt, there's you've got a couple of videos on some American-made watches, haven't you? Are you familiar with Sangamon watches in Illinois?
I saw your video, so I am not. Until then, I was not familiar.
Okay.
But after I watched your video, I was a little familiar. Yeah.
Okay. So they're well worth checking out.
Hey, you got a question, Matt? Jacqueline Brown wants to know, what is the worst off-brand you bought?
The worst off-brand or what?
Yeah.
The worst off-brand I've bought.
You bought, yeah.
Just guys, for the uninitiated, what's off-brand mean?
Well, I mean, it means I guess it's like a generic watch, I'm assuming?
Or micro-brand.
Right,
okay.
Maybe great.
Micro-brand.
So
okay.
I've just seen what True's comment. Just have a look at that up there while Matt's answering.
Don't. I only agree with half of his statement.
No. So this is gonna, I think, rile some feathers. But I bought an Invicta, and I was not a fan.
Really?
I don't know if that's off brand, but
so to be
was
honest,
that the Iron Man?
Yeah.
I mean, it's a video.
You know, visually, I think Invicta kills it. Like, I like the way the watches look. They're just so big. And also, the practice of them marking it up and then putting it on sale for, like, that kind of bothers me.
Right.
So that's what gets me about that watch. You know?
Have you seen Texas T's comment?
No, what'd you say? Well, I'm trying not to run too quick. It's like we got people asking questions.
He basically just said, I knew that was coming.
Yeah.
It's not an off-brand, but yeah, I mean, I understand that. No, there ain't too many people in here. We got Nightwing and Texas T that's Invicta people, but yeah, I mean, I like Invicta, but I mean, it is what it is. I'd have to say for me, it was a wooden watch I got for my birthday 3 years ago. It was like, the completely wooden case and the wooden bracelet. And it stopped working, Matt, after less than a year. Like the quartz movement just crapped out, So I just threw it away because I knew it was a gift, but I knew it was only like a $25 watch. And I liked it aesthetically, but it crapped out in less than a year, man. I'm like, dang.
Not good.
Steve, it might have had woodworm. Did you have a look?
Do what?
Bless him.
When you miss something, Matt, when you miss something on here, they won't tell you what it is. They make you go back and watch the show.
No, I watched that last week. Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, hang on. What's True said? The most underrated. He said Longines, and to be fair,
I agree.
I can't disagree with you, mate.
Right. Right. But I'd also have to put Citizen in there because let me tell you, Citizen, even through the vintage, has put watches out like the Seiko, the Speed Timers. That Citizen's been neck to neck with Seiko, and I think they're very underrated. I think they make a good quality Eco Drive. They make a good quality automatic watch. I really do. I mean, look at Matt Stingray with his, what's that called, Adrian? The Fugu?
The Fugu.
Yeah. I mean, it's an amazing, amazing watch, guys. Like, Citizen is underrated as well. Definitely.
See, I've got to be honest. I don't want to sort of upset anybody, but I've spoke to Adrian about this before, and I don't have a problem with Accurist because I don't mind working with them in the future. But I think the problem I have with Citizen is that no watch that I've ever owned from Citizen have I kept. So I feel like that's quite a damning indictment of their watches. In terms
I have to agree with Simon. I'm in the same position as him.
Right.
I've got a Eco Drive diver at the moment, and I don't wear it. I think I've worn it once, maybe twice since I got it.
Wow.
So that'll probably end up getting given away on the channel at some point.
Well, you've always said, Adrian, that you've always struggled with finding a Citizen that you wanted to keep on your wrist. You said it many of shows. Yeah. So, and here, look at Matty S's comment. I'm putting this on the screen because he's right. Not only is Ball underrated, but also nobody does anything on them. Like nobody does reviews on them. Nobody talks about Ball. Why is that? They're a beautiful watch.
Josh Town, the Town watch. Yeah. He's done a few.
So I love Ball engineering, and I love it because they push the technical bounds of watchmaking. They're always doing patents, and they're actually doing mechanically interesting things.
Right.
Like they released whatever it was the first ever pusher GMT day date moon phase ceramic. Like it was some like kind of a technicality why it was the first.
Right.
But it was so cool to see them making advances and getting patents and just doing engineering work as opposed to just taking the same movement, changing the dial by a slight shade, and releasing a new one every year.
Right.
To be honest, talking about watches that I feel like are underrated, it's going to be a bit of a curveball, but only because I've had some decent experience with them of late. Not because they're British, is that I think Rotary are one of those brands that their biggest downfall is their inconsistency. But I do feel like when they get it right, and they can nail some really good watches for the price.
Yeah, I would agree. Matty S has just said Citizen is like Ford.
Right.
I guess that means fix or repair daily.
No, they're good. They're good watches. Look, I got 4 Eco Drives, man, and they're still ticking. I mean, you know what I'm saying? I mean, I've heard other people on videos too doing videos. They got Eco Drives and never had any problem. You know what I'm saying? The storage capacitors. Now, every once in a while, you do have to repair the capacitor, but here's the big misconception with the Eco Drives. This is what people do. They put them in their damn sock drawer, and they don't ever let it get light. And if you let, Tony told me, my watchmaker, if you let the capacitor run all the way down to zero a bunch of times, it kills the capacitor. Right.
Capacitor. Let's try this again, Steve. Capacitor.
Yeah, capacitor. So anyway, Simon knows this because Simon had to replace one.
Steve, I love you, man, but there's no M. There's no M in capacitor.
Steve, he's ragging you.
I'm not gonna let him. I'm not gonna. And look. Even Nightwing said I never had a problem with mine. Yeah, it's one of them things. But yeah, I'm not gonna let him round me up tonight because.
To be fair, I've got a lot of respect for Citizen. Their mechanical watches are fine, and the Eco Drive technology. I think that for solar power watches, I don't think you can beat Citizen.
Right.
No, definitely.
But I just for some reason I've had four or five.
Right.
I'm on my 5th one, and I just can't love them, and I don't know why.
I think the thing is, I don't feel like the problem's the movement. Like you said, because Citizen produce Miyota movements, and they've also got the Eco Drive, which I think are both fantastic in their own right. But I think the problem is the watches themselves aesthetically just don't really talk to me. I might like the look of them, and I've got them, and then I just shift them on. They're not ones that I keep. Here Texas T. She said,
you don't want to hear how it's pronounced. There's that Baltimore accent. See, See, Nightwing knows it. It's my Baltimore accent. Thank you, Nightwing. He knows.
I don't think it's an accent thing. I just think you're putting an M in it when it's not needed. I think
No, it's not.
Listen, Steve, you're hanging out with two British guys now. I mean, we invented the English language.
You know what I mean?
What would you? What's a can made out of? Is that aluminum?
Yeah. Drop the mic. There we go.
Yeah, but seriously, man, it's the Baltimore accent. Nightwing knows what's up. Yep, that's what it is.
But yeah, to be honest with you, I'd like to. The problem is with I find with Bull talking about what Matty S said,
right?
Is that I've not had one in on the channel just because they're quite expensive. Yeah. They're not sort of entry level watches, are they? They're sort of moving up in tiers. So I've not, and where my channel predominantly is affordable watches, I've not managed to get my hands on one. But I've seen videos and stuff, and they do look fantastic.
A brand that I think is, well, I think it's underrated, but Hamilton. I think they consistently put out beautiful watches, like the Intramatic chronograph, the Pandial. I have been so close to pulling the trigger on one of those for like a year. Just so good.
Hey, guess what? I'm on my laptop. Woo!
We can tell from the echo.
Yeah.
Matt, to be honest with you, I don't know if you watched this, but you'll probably know that I love Hamilton, so you're not going to get any argument from me. I love Hamilton.
Listen, you love them, but you just sent one back to me.
But why? But why was that? Should we delve more into it? I think the thing was, Matt, have you seen the khaki Navy Scuba? Yeah.
I have a Navy GMT somewhere around here.
So
I saw the one that Adrian did the battle against the sun with. That one.
Yeah, a great video.
Against the Longines, yeah.
If you guys haven't seen that video, go over and check it out.
That was fun.
He does the comparison.
That was a good one.
Yeah, so Adrian is good enough to send watches over to me, and I had it, and I was toying with buying it off him. Mm-hmm. The problem I had is that for me, I just didn't. Although I love Hamilton, I didn't feel like it had anything different about it. I think that was my thing. It was just a bit generic, and that's no pop at me about the Hamilton. I love Hamilton, but I just felt like that one was just a little bit too plain.
Yeah, I would agree.
That was my issue.
Which is why it's up. So, the other problem that there is with that is you didn't resize the damn bracelet. Thank you.
What I thought might happen is that all of a sudden it would just fit you. I thought I'd size. I was just thinking of you.
Yeah. Oh, dear.
Sorry, mate. I apologise.
It's all right. It's all right. But yeah, and so if there's anybody out there that wants Hamilton khaki Scuba, I've got one up on eBay at the moment.
You got a khaki? You're selling that, Adrian? I didn't know you were selling that.
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Wow.
Only because with the the kind of fleet of Seiko divers that I've got now and the tuna, it's just not getting worn, and that's a shame.
Well, okay, I'll tell the real reason since he wants to lie about it. Nikita's got her eye on a rose. Nikita has her eyes, guys, on a rose gold Omega. That's what it is.
Yeah, there is that too. Yeah,
that might be a contributing factor.
We have some fun.
Hey Simon, unless you're feeling like gifting them one, you know.
I wish. Listen, I haven't even got my own Omega. To be honest with you, I can't start.
Yeah.
Listen, the shopping list is getting pretty expensive now. I've got my daughter's prom in about a month's time.
Yeah.
She wants a Longines.
Oh, is it a Longines now?
But you're going to get an automatic one, right? Not let her make the same mistake as your son?
Right.
So guys,
get on him, Matt. That's right.
I wish he was watching now. He might be, but I wish he was watching. I'm going to tell him to watch that.
Guys,
take some heat.
I thought it was pretty brutal when you did it to him, but it was deserved.
It was brutal, yeah.
Right.
Do you know what the really annoying thing is? I was with him when he bought it.
Oh man,
Adrian. You did him wrong. How did you not stop him?
I tried, but it was only another £200 or another $250.
Oh my goodness, Adrian, we're taking your man card away from you. Man.
So guys, let's get to a couple of questions from the comments. We've got Nightwing. He says, "So what is Wolverine's claws made of? And my wife, being the good girl that she is, has Googled it. She didn't need to because I knew already, obviously.
Me too.
But adamantium, I don't know if I pronounced that right.
That's how I'd say it.
It's
Yeah.
adamantium, I call it.
So what Steve does is sometimes he adds it in, sometimes he takes it away. It depends on his mood.
Yeah.
But
Depends how many beers I've had.
And Matthias has said, if you want to try a ball, just let me know. Because Matthias is my hero.
Yeah.
Like, even prior to when I first come onto Instagram, he was the gentleman that was messaging me and he was happy to send me watches over.
Right.
So, guys, thanks, Matthias. He's a top man.
He's a YouTuber? He's a YouTuber?
No, he's just
IG.
Instagram. He's quite big on Instagram. He has a very nice watch collection. But what I did appreciate, I've mentioned before, is quite early on. Obviously, I only really started my YouTube channel back in November. So, and only sort of late last year, early this year, he was happy to send me watches.
That's awesome.
It was much appreciated. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Someone showed that sort of trust and support. So I appreciate it.
That's cool.
Well, I got a question for Matt. So do you have a big super fan that follows you and is like the first one as soon as you put a video out to like comment and like support, you know, like somebody since you started this that really supports you, like that you want to shout out?
Yeah, I guess for a while now I've been doing this local YouTube meetup for Boston YouTubers.
Right.
And I'd say Nice Kid 76 is his YouTube name. He's a really nice kid. But no, he's been very instrumental in in me meeting other YouTube creators, pushing my content into making it better. And it's been a lot of fun being part of the community he's created. So I really want to give him a shout out because I really enjoy the community he's made about YouTube creators. Every month we meet up and talk about what we're doing, what our goals were. There's usually like a presentation on how to improve some aspect of your video.
Right.
And this guy puts in a lot of effort.
So Matt, is this another YouTuber you're talking about? Apologies.
Yeah, no, he is.
Sorry?
Nice Kid 76.
Nice kid. And he's a nice kid as well. So obviously, nice kid by nature. So I like that.
Got the right name.
Yeah.
No, you guys should go over and check out his channel. I mean, he makes just sort of like vlog, kind of like a little comedy, sort of just short story things about things in his life.
Right.
But he's been very supportive, and he's introduced me a lot of people who have helped me become a better YouTuber.
To be honest with you, I feel like there's so many people. There's two gentlemen here that I met through the hobby, and they've become really good friends of mine, obviously, it's Steve and Adrian. But there's also a lot of people that are appeared on the comment section that are just stout supporters, and they become really good friends and stuff, and they're really good at chatting to you. And it's amazing how a love of watches can bring this to light in terms of people just communicating and getting along and just growing closer because of it. And what you find is what you're talking about is that I get probably about 10 people every video I put out. Excuse me. They tend to be the people that watch it, comment, and their support is just unwavering in terms of that they're always there, they're always watching, they're always commenting, and it's much appreciated because, as you guys know, making a video it's not a quick job. Do you know what I mean? It's something that takes a while.
Yeah.
So when someone watches it and they comment, it means the world. Well, it does to me anyway. It's something that means a lot. So.
Yeah,
it's my close friends. Leon's starting trouble. Look, he said, if you were to start your own watch brand, what would you call it? So go ahead, Matt. What would you call it if you started a watch brand?
I've thought about this a lot, and I realized I have nothing good. For months, honestly, as soon as I got into watches, I was like, I can do this. I can make my own thing.
Right.
I was like, what would I call it? And then it's just dead silence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it's you could do something cool, but there's an aspect of it has to fit on a dial, and it has to look, it has to look the part, right? Because you get some brands where their logo just looks like trash, and it might cheapen the look of the watch. But if it doesn't sound good as well, it's it's such a delicate balance.
Pagani design.
Yeah, it's a little wordy, right?
Right.
Why go there? He's off. He's at the races.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
That's an interesting question. What about you, Simon? If that's everybody answer, because I got a funny one. What would you call yours, Simon? If
to
you
be
had
honest with you, this is all my wife's idea, but actually it's quite good. It's my postcode. I'd probably go with W5 in terms of where I'm from, because obviously it wouldn't look too bad on a postcode. You could probably design it quite well where it's quite simple. But obviously, it comes back to where I'm from in terms of my postcode. So actually, there's a story behind it, because I do feel that every brand needs to have a story, because otherwise it doesn't mean anything. You could just come up with anything, but you need to have a story behind the brand in terms of what makes it what it is.
Wow, that was a very intellectual answer. I'm proud of you, Simon.
You know, the thing is, what I do in my spare time is I'm into politics. I don't know if I've told you guys before.
You don't like to talk about it.
That's
Yeah, Matt, you'll come to find out that Simon don't look to talk about so much things. He's got so many talents out there. All right, what about you, Adrian? If you had to come up with a watch.
Yeah, I know. I'm pretty much the same as Simon. I'd call mine W5 as well.
You would?
Competing brands.
Simon, go get the patent. Go get the patent right now.
Copyright that quick.
No, I don't know.
Brother.
I've got no idea. It's nothing I've ever really thought of. But yeah, going after your postcode's a pretty good thing. But CB4 is a bit rubbish.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really don't know.
Okay. Well, you know something? It's not going to shock you guys when I say what I'm going to call mine. Is there any guesses?
You can't use Invicta. That's been done.
Huh?
The Undertaker.
The Undertaker, is it?
It's got to do with food. Yeah, see? Your wife is so smart. What did she say?
She said Branston.
Okay, now I'm going to tell you what it is. M&B Watch Company for Marmite and Branston.
It's pretty close to MBF.
Right. But Danielle's very smart. She knew it right away. I knew she'd get it. Yep.
And guys, if any representatives from Marmite or Branston are watching, my friend Steve would be happy to work with you. Just put it out there.
Yes. I'm getting ready to do a review on. I know I have a watch channel, but I'm thinking at the end of one of my videos, I'm going to do a review on Branston and Marmite one time.
Just do a separate video for that.
Yeah.
And then send it their way. They might send you a lifetime supply.
Steve,
that's all he wants. Nothing
Right.
more.
Have you ever thought about doing some sort of food channel? Because that seems like a real passion.
Yeah, well, I like to cook. You're right. I could do some of that. You're right. People told me on Instagram I need to start a cooking show on Instagram. But yeah, I want to focus on the watches first. But yeah, Branston and Marmite.
If you do us a favor and get some new plates.
Wait a minute. Hey, Matt, have you seen my plates on Instagram or no?
No, but I did have a question about the double spoon. I was wondering what's to do with that.
I knew this was going to come up. And listen. The first picture that I took looked like boobs on a spoon rest. And guess what?
To be honest with you, mate, it looks like something that a lady would buy from Ann Summers if she was like.
Yeah. But what did you guys think of the second picture, though? Did you guys see the second picture where you could actually see it look like a spoon rest?
It didn't.
What's it for? I just don't know what it's for.
Okay, it's for when you're cooking. So if you're cooking, you can
Texas Tea thought it was an egg holder.
Yeah.
No, basically, it's when you're cooking, so you can rest 2 spoons on the stove without getting, sauce on or whatever.
Yeah, now you say it, it's so obvious.
But look. I know that most people who commented on it do not cook. I noticed a lot of people that commented do not cook probably, and I'm like, come on, guys, it's a double spoon rest. All my foodie friends got it, and they didn't bust my top. Ted Cornish.
Well, here we are.
Yeah, but look, Ted Cornish was the first one. He said it looks like C-3PO's boobies.
But Steve, the thing is,
can
I ask you a question? We've got to 2021. Do you really need a spoon rest? That would be my first question.
Yes, because if not, I'm going to do like Adrian does. You know what Adrian does with his spoons when he's cooking? He says he either puts them on a paper towel or he puts them in the sink. So I figured this will be better than having to reach all the way over there.
To be honest, I would do the same as Adrian. I'd put it on the sink.
To be fair, I do have a little plate that I put it on.
Yeah, or I'd get your around and get him to deal with it.
But I think all the head chefs and cooking people use a spoon rest. Like if you watch Food Network, I'm pretty sure. Or a plate.
I'll have to watch Chopped later.
But can I ask you a question? What's that got to do with your plates? Because you did sort of swerve.
Oh, okay, yeah. Okay, so getting back to the question, Matt, I got these plates, Matt, because we like to eat in the living room. We do not eat at the table in the dining room. No, we eat in front of the TV. So I got these square plates that have a slot for a cup, and they came with cups. So we like to have them because, like, say we're having like grilled chicken, and say we make a noodle, like a saucy noodle, and then we can put the vegetables in the cup. So you have your your plate, and then you have your other side in the cup. And I mean, I just like them because they're square. You can fit a lot of food on them. And I'm like a little kid at heart anyway. So for me, it's a cool plastic plate.
That's it. That's all you needed to say.
Yeah.
Hey, whatever works.
Like I said last time, I think the thing is the Simpsons characters have gradually washed off the plate, so it still works really fine.
But I think, hey, look, thank you, Nightwing. Nightwing actually has a spoon rest. So see, my man Nightwing, he knows he cooks. Yes, thank you.
So what you're saying is, if you don't cook, you haven't got a spoon rest. Is that what you're saying?
Yes, exactly. Or you just don't know your way around the kitchen. Yeah.
Okay.
Hey guys, can I ask Matt the question now? Am I allowed?
Oh boy.
Yes.
Are you going to let me off the lead?
Yes.
I think so.
Okay, Matt. Right. Sounds like you've got a pretty nice collection.
I don't think so.
Yeah. More than 5?
More than 5.
Okay, but less than 100 maybe.
Yeah, it's 13 right now. There's 4 that I want to get rid of. Or sorry, repurpose.
That's actually going to make this easy then.
I've actually been thinking about this question. I've been thinking about it a lot.
You've been cheating. That's what we do.
That's what happens when you watch.
We should change the patterns.
Uh-oh.
All right,
okay. Yeah, you can only keep 5 watches.
5.
What ones are they, and why? And we need to see them.
And we need to see them right now.
I got them. I think I brought all of them over. Maybe one's missing. So the first watch I'd keep is my Seiko, and I only embarrassingly in the semi-recent past learned this is probably pronounced prospect.
Mr. Seiko,
I pronounced it prospect for quite a while. This is my first mechanical watch, Seiko Samurai. It's got the blue. It's got a blue waffle dial. We'll see if we can catch the light.
Yes,
I love Samurai.
As soon as I watched Matt's video on the Seiko Samurai, I fell in love with him automatically. He was all right with me. Yep.
Automatically, I like what you did there. That was
that's good.
Yeah.
This was the first mechanical watch I got, and I put it on. I was like, oh shoot, what's going on with that second hand? I like that. So. And it's something that I'm never going to get rid of. I wear it all the time. I wear it, and this is my beach watch too, because it's it's a diver and it's rubber strapped, so comfortable.
Yes.
And I just love the blue waffle pattern, so beautiful, and wasn't that expensive as far as watches go.
All right.
Yeah.
So that would be one. The second one, and this is the only brand that I own duplicates of.
Right.
Would be my and it's going to catch some flack. My Seiko Presage Cocktail Time.
Ooh, see, he's got another Seiko. I really like this guy.
Yeah, so this is the one with the power supply indicator.
Yes, I love that.
This was one of the first watches.
Can you get that a bit closer to the camera?
Please, yes. If you watch this video, you already would have knew he had this, Adrian.
Yeah, and so this was the first watch I bought that I was like, oh, this is an expensive watch.
Right.
And funnily enough, my girlfriend thinks this is my most expensive watch.
Oh. Hey,
so when she's like.
That's the deployment crash, right, man? That's the deployment
I didn't correct her. I did not correct her. I don't hide anything from her, but I did not correct her when she said that.
Hey, but Matt, isn't that the deployment class one that you did the video
Absolutely.
on? Yeah,
Absolutely.
I like that. Look, show that's a nice one. That's the aftermarket one. That's nice.
Exhibition back.
Yeah,
that's the same. Hey, Steve, that's the same in my class, but mine.
Yeah, it's standard.
Right, I like it.
What's cool is I actually bought 2 of these watches. I bought this and the blue one.
Right.
Because I couldn't pick the color. And around that time, actually, I'd gotten like an $800 gift card from American Airlines because I took a delayed flight. They were overbooked on Thanksgiving.
Right.
And so I bought it. And actually, one of my best friends, Matt, who I think is in the chat, has the blue one now. So it's really cool to know my friend has the brother to this watch in his collection. That's why I'm never going to get rid of this, because it's A, it's a beautiful watch.
Right.
And B, it's I got an emotional connection to it too.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if you ever have too many beers and get tired of it, I'll send you my address.
No, that one's staying. That one's staying.
Yeah, Steve,
I'll trade you for a Hamilton.
Let me see you, Simon. You got yours too?
Okay. But the clasp is really cool. I do like the clasp.
Yes.
It's very nice.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is nice.
It's comfortable, and it's the sunburst style, the power supply indicator. It just, to me, I was looking at it and I was like, this is this is really a watch. This is something that is fancy. But it's not crazy expensive. I felt it very expensive at the time, but I slowly got more accustomed to spending more money. But
Have you seen Peter C's comments?
Yeah,
that's a good one. That's a good one.
yeah.
I've
Look at
just seen
Peter.
that, yeah.
Right.
Well,
Yeah, look at
there's-
the comment. That's crazy. Yes.
yeah.
Nice
The
one,
third
Peter.
watch I'll probably always keep is the first what I would consider entry level luxury watch I bought. My Formex Essence 43 millimeter.
Oh yeah.
This
Yeah.
Is that the one you put up recently?
Yes.
Yeah, no.
you've done the
Recently was the
smaller one.
39. I got to borrow that.
Yes,
This is
I
the
saw that one.
older,
Yeah.
larger one.
Yeah. I like the
This
green
one's-
one. I like the green one you did. That was nice.
Yeah, it was nice.
I'd take the 43, definitely.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah. So what's cool is Formex, for those who don't know, has a suspension in the case, right? So if
Right.
this rides up on your wrist, it actually gives you a little extra play to make it more comfortable.
Nice.
It felt to me like an engineer's watch. Every feature of it was thought about, was purposeful, and price-wise, as far as entry-level luxury watches go, it felt like a very good value for the cost. It wasn't absurdly expensive. I mean,
Right.
pretty expensive, but
What does it retail at, Matt, if you don't mind me asking?
so these ones are all sold out now, but they were retailing at like $1150 US.
Right.
Sorry, 1100. So 1,100 US.
What's that, about £800, is it about roughly?
Yeah, about that, yeah.
So it's a chronometer grade Solita SW200-1. Fully finished. It's got
Right.
bluing
When
of
you-
the screws, custom rotor.
When you say chronometer grade, I mean that it's obviously regulated in various positions. Have they cost certified it?
Yeah, cost certified. Yep.
It is,
Right.
is it? Cool.
Yep. Everyone
Nice.
comes with a certificate with all
Right.
the information.
That's why it's
Yeah.
more money too, because of that official chronometer costs more money for them to put that on there.
There was the same version, but non-chronometer grade that was like $300 less.
Right.
But this is I bought this because it was the first year I ever got a bonus in my company. A couple big life events had happened.
Nice.
So I wanted to kind of celebrate that with an expensive watch. So this was it.
That is true. We got too many mats here tonight. That is true. We got like 3 or 4 of them.
Just enough. But they're all different, mind you. I'm 2T's Matt. My best friend is single T Matt. And then Maddie is Maddie. So we're all different, We're all
Right.
unique.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll let you away with that.
I think I like Matty S because he has a cat. Look at his cat. That's so cool.
All right. So the fourth watch I'd keep.
Wow, you're not doing this with breaking a sweat, bro. Like you were prepared. I'm proud of you.
I thought about it.
He's already rehearsed it, mate. Have you know? He's already rehearsed this. He knew it was
Right.
coming.
It's not that I've rehearsed it. It's that I've done the reviews of them already. So I already know why I like them, right?
Okay.
My Oris Big Crown 80th Anniversary Bronze Edition. This one, the shade of green is just perfect with the bronze coloring. I love that it has a bronze material. I typically don't care at all about pilot's watches, but just the cleanness of this dial really captured my attention.
What's the patina like on it now? Is it patina nicely?
It hasn't gotten green at all. It's mostly just like a very dark brown. It's very clear, like around. I probably can't show it with a camera, but around the edges where you can see it's a much brighter on the corners where it rubs things.
Yep.
So you can kind of see the difference from where it was and where it is. But I think it's so cool that it ages with me, and I wear it a lot. I really enjoy this watch. It's just so beautiful, comfortable to wear, and just.
Can I ask you a question?
Sure.
Are you one of those people that always clean it so it doesn't patina? Because
no.
You finish because
that's
I've
weird.
seen a lot of people go through the hassle of doing this, and I feel like, what's the point buying one then?
Right.
I did think when I first bought it, I thought about doing that to like essentially clean it so that the patina was totally mine, you'd say. So, but I decided too much effort, don't care about it.
Yeah.
I
think that's part of the love of it, isn't it? If you're going to get you just need to embrace it.
Well,
patinas.
It ages with you, right? Like it kind of romanticizing, but it experiences what you experience, right? So it changes over time as people do.
Yeah.
And it's just a unique material, and the design was beautiful.
Well, patina is different than Simon, your wrist cheese. You know what I'm saying?
my wrist cheese, yeah. My wrist cheese is that.
Yeah, you had to bring it down a level, didn't you?
Yeah.
Why not yourself, Adrian? You know
Speaking
that.
of cheese, I'm getting ready to break out the peanuts, man. I'm getting the munchies.
Well,
Go on then, Matt.
And then the last one I think is the Jean Richard, because it's got a unique case shape. The finishing on the dial is insanely. I love it. The gray color with the vertical stripes, very deep. I love rubber straps. They're my favorite, actually.
Cool. Is it rubber or silicone?
I think it's silicone.
Silicone, yeah. Yeah, because you got rubber, you got silicone, and there's another one, too. It's like a hard plastic one.
Yeah, we don't want the hard plastic.
What, Casio one,
Yeah.
Well, you know something? I'm so proud of Matt. He's our only guest that did this and blew through it like it was nothing. Everybody gets stumped, and they get all starstruck when we ask them this.
No, but I think about my collection as a collection a lot. I wonder, because I've now locked myself. I bought a 12. I realized I couldn't do a 6-slot watch box. That was just not enough space. But I bought a 12, and so now I'm going to try and hold myself to one in, one out. So I think a lot about what in the collection is stuff that I've kind of accumulated that, like, I thought I liked it, but as I experienced it more, I decided, it doesn't really stick.
Right. Do you not find, though, that I think that Simon's probably kind of the same as me. We've spoken about this before, but we've got like more than one collection.
So I would say I have what I would consider my core collection, things that I wear, daily that I sort of rotate through mentally.
Yeah.
And I have like the subset of, these are things I like. I don't necessarily wear them all the time, but I like them and don't want to get rid of them. And then there's they are taking up space.
Right.
Right. Now, is that included in the 13 watches that you said that you currently have? Or is that, or are they extra?
That is everything. So there's, I would say, 6 watches in that I wear sort of every day.
Right.
There's probably 3 that are, I like them, I want to keep them, don't want to get rid of them, and then 3 more that are, I've like one was a L'Oreal watch, so it's a super cheap Chinese Rolex homage.
Right.
It was like $60. And it was pretty sweet. It was awesome. And I had a lot of fun doing the review and handling it, but I don't wear it. So it's like, hey, if one of you guys want to do a review on it, happy to send it your way.
Do you have anything like a G-Shock?
Oh, I have a GA 2100, the Casio.
Nice, cool. Nice. I got 2 of them. So I got
a question. As long as you got a G-Shock, you can stay.
Right. Yeah. I got a question for you, Matt. So like, do you follow some kind of crazy unwritten rule that you're not allowed to have past a certain amount of watches? Or
so I'm trying to do that because I find that I'm more and more falling into, I like the watches in the entry-level luxury range.
Right.
And that's a lot of money. So I limit myself because I don't want to just keep spending money. And I feel like if I keep doing that, I'm not going to appreciate what I have. So personally, I decide I'm going to have a fixed number. And if I really want something, I have to want it more than what I currently have.
Gotcha.
Now, that hasn't been successful in the past so much, but we're trying our best.
It don't work. I can tell you this. I've been collecting for over 20 years, Matt, and I can tell you, but listen, I just counted my state of collection 2 days ago. Okay. And it's over 100. And I've given away watches. Okay. Like I gave Simon a pocket watch. I gave my friend Trap Vision a watch. I traded him for a watch. Like I gave this other guy, the Godfather, who's a big Invicta collector, I gave him the 7 Deadly Sins watch. Like, even with giving watches away, I gave Texas T an Invicta Reserve. I'm over 100. But you know something? They all do get wrist time. And I think about this in my head when I'm working or if I'm walking in the morning. I need to wear a watch that I have not wore in a while. Like, obviously, this week, I'm on my honeymoon.
Yeah.
But, I'm thinking about the next watches that are going on the wrist for the next up and coming couple of days. Now, do you do that? Like, do you sit there sometimes even with your little collection and think like in your head, like, wait a minute, I need to know when I'm watching where I'm going to wear.
Well, I would say there's no patronizing taking place here. That was.
I know. No, so
do you think of watches that you want to wear ahead of time or no?
Yeah, well, the watches that I really like, I think about as I haven't worn that in a while. Right. Usually by the dates, because I let my automatics, I always let them run out. So I can see the last date that I wore them.
Okay.
And so like I noticed like this week I hadn't worn my Oris in like a week and a half. So I was like, oh, gotta wear that. Right. So I do think about that.
Okay.
Do you ever wear more than one watch a day?
Right.
When I worked from home a lot during the pandemic, I would. And like sometimes, like if I'll wear a watch to work, and then if my girlfriend and I are going to do something a little nicer, like her mom's going to come over, I'll switch. I might change watches.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I definitely wear usually two a day, sometimes 3.
Yeah, Adrian is very good. Yeah, Adrian is very good at posting multiple photos on Instagram of different watches that he has on his wrist. Now, let me ask you a question, Matt. Would you ever consider to wear a watch on each wrist?
I've seen that. Probably not for me.
Right.
I think that's a little much. Right. But some people like it. Whatever floats their boat.
Yeah, one of these days, I want to be cool like Simon. One of these days, I need to be cool like my buddy Simon, and I need to get a double watch winder or a quadruple one like he has behind him.
Yeah, I dig that one.
He puts 4 watches in it so he can act like Joe Cool while he's doing the show.
Somebody needs to tell him that it doesn't work if you put your Fitbit in it, though.
Makes you seem real fit, though, right?
What I would say is that you can't teach this stuff. You've either got it or you don't. So I don't try to do these things. It just sort of happens. Do you know what I mean? But one thing that I was going to say, though, talking about your watches and stuff, I'm very envious of how you managed to keep it at quite a modest total, because I feel like, given the fact that we're watch collectors and given the fact that we have YouTube channels, it just seems like the potential there is there to have collections that just run out of control. And I say to myself all the time, this watch is a keeper. I'm just going to sell this one. And before I know it, I've sold watches. I bought another one, and it just goes crazy. Like, and that's even with me. I try and be really calculated in terms of try and think things through in terms of, okay, I like this one for this reason. I'm going to keep this one. Right. But before I know it, I'm like, I've told my wife so many times that this watch is a keeper, and she says to me, "Where is it?" I've sold it. So I just feel like it's so tricky to do that. Like I've done it so many times to the point now where I'm not even going to tell my wife what watches I'm keeping anymore because I look like me.
Well, it helps for me that I am very particular with things that I really enjoy. Like there's a lot of things I like, but I notice there are a lot of I like a lot of watches, and I would happily review them, and I would give them positive reviews because I like them.
Right.
But I'm finding more and more I need a very kind of eclectic thing to make me love the watch, right? Like the Jean Richard is something it's not very common, and that sticks with me. Oh, called out.
That must be Simon's wife.
I wasn't laughing. I apologize. As you see,
I know.
You see that, man?
And I was just like, oh my god,
Simon's in trouble. Matty has it right.
No, I don't know. That might be a compliment. He makes a whole YouTube channel about watches, right? He clearly likes them.
my wife is my pride and joy. So I mean,
yeah, she can stay in the collection.
Try.
I'll keep her around a little bit longer.
Yeah, be careful. Don't take yourself too deep.
Yeah, Matt just tried. He just gave you a shovel to dig yourself out, and you threw it back again.
Yeah. Well, so next week when Simon doesn't make it, we'll know what happened.
That's it. Yeah.
I won't have a wedding ring on next time you see me. She's left me.
Whoa.
But but like I was saying, to be honest with you, I wish I could be so sure, because the thing is, I love watches, and there are certain watches that I like more than others, but then just some other watches get put out. I've got a Zelos coming next week.
Yep.
I've wanted a Zelos in my collection for a while, and I do feel like this will stay in my collection, but nothing's certain in life. Do you understand what I mean? There's a possibility that something else will sort of pique my attention, and before I know it, I flipped it and I've got that one. So who knows?
Well, that's the cool thing about collecting watches is that there's no correct answer about how big should your collection be. As long as you get joy from the watches in your collection, it's the right number. Get rid of things you don't care about, but if you like them, why get rid of them?
Thank you, Matthew Lead, for subscribing to my channel. I don't know who he is, but thank you. Hey, Matt, you know something you and me need to do? Once I get more subscribers and I start getting watches sent into the channel, you and me should do like Simon and Adrian do, and we should send them to each other to review and pass them on. And that once I get more subscribers, I'll get watches in, and that would be cool because they do it, and that's how they get more content.
Sure. Well, hey, if you want to, if we can do watches out of my personal collection, like some of the
we buy them, mate.
To be honest with you,
we swap watches that we bought.
Yeah. We're not
ones we've been given.
We're not at that point yet, mate. We're not at the point where we just get said random watches to us.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying though, because it would be cool.
But to be honest with you, that's also why I've started.
Watchwood is very right. Sorry, that is a right number is what you have +1.
Yeah.
For me, that's why I started a sub collection. I was talking to Adrian about this a little while ago. I felt like it was only right because I felt like there was my main collection that I loved,
right,
and I needed a sub collection of watches that were in at the time, and I could send them to Adrian. Do you know what I mean? I needed another collection, so I've started a sub collection now, and but to be honest with you, I still don't know where it's going to end. I feel like that's the problem. I don't know what the magic number is. I really don't.
Yeah. There isn't one.
How much space do you have?
Right. Well, I got a whole room. Matt. I got a whole room.
I could make the kids sleep in the shed. So I mean, we can make things work.
Hey, Adrian, I'm gonna get another beer. Do you need another beer? Does anybody need a beer while I'm up?
Yeah, go on.
Yeah, I'll always take one.
All right, okay. I'll get you guys one.
Yeah. Why can we get some food? We want some Branston pickle.
Yeah, can you get something with Branston or order us a takeout?
What's going on, people? Anyway, let's look at the comments. So, wrist computer. I'm guessing that's to do with Apple, was it? Because I missed quite a bit.
Galaxy on his
Yeah, some people, they wear an Apple or a whatever they are, Fitbit, as well as a watch.
Yeah, I can't imagine anyone wearing a Fitbit or anything like that. I wouldn't wear a second watch.
The cool thing about the Apple Watch is I think I've seen people make this comment before that Apple Watch made regular watches sort of gain some popularity because people started thinking about what's on your wrist. Like there was a long time where wristwatches were in decline, but I think it's helped aid to sort of I don't want to call it a recovery, but maybe a resurgence of popularity of wristwatches.
I don't know.
I think that's to be honest, Matt, the thing is not to throw you under the bus. I think most people that like watches, they tend to not like smart watches or Apple watches.
Yeah.
But there could be something in it for the general. Oh, here he goes. He's eating.
Adrian, I'm going to send Adrian some of these over too.
They'll do, yeah. Ground salt and pepper. Nice. Yeah. So, now that you've pushed Matty under the bus.
It's fine.
But Matthias, I wanted to ask Matthias this before. How many watches have you got in your collection? Because I see that he's got quite a strong collection. And I don't think he's got a crazy amount. But
I don't know. I haven't seen the same one twice.
Do I follow this guy? What is his name on Instagram?
It's Matthias. Matthew Share. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly.
Am I following him? I don't know.
I think you must be. Yeah.
Matthew Share or Shear?
Yeah.
Is he that mean-looking bald guy? Is he that mean-looking bald guy on Instagram?
No, that's you. That's you.
So, I've been so excited. I've been so excited about you having on. Matt, like I think like you're in like the group with us. You're like a down-to-earth guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like you carry yourself well. You're a down-to-earth guy. And that's the kind of YouTubers and Instagram people I like to be with. I don't want anybody with their nose in there. And you seem like a really cool guy for watching your first video. I'm just like, wow, this guy is really, really cool.
Thanks. I appreciate that. I'm really glad to be here.
I was actually surprised when I first came across the channel that you didn't have Instagram. Have you found that that's made much of a difference or not?
I have not really. I've started doing. I guess I am not very Instagram savvy, so I resisted it for a long time because I was like, this is a lot of effort, and I don't want to. I just want to spend the effort doing the YouTube specifically. And
are you sure your name's not Simon?
Yeah, I'm the same.
Yeah,
I've heard this before. Yeah,
Instagram. Sorry to sort of interrupt, but I do find Instagram to be more of a means to an end for me. Where for me, I'm more concentrated on the YouTube stuff, and my Instagram is a little bit lame. But it's a lot of the pictures are very samey. What do you mean, right? What do you mean?
Well, Steve's got some pretty strong Instagram games, so it's kind of hard to compete.
So so now I've sort of let my wife sort of second it. She's in charge of my Instagram account,
I can tell that. I can tell that by some of the girly posts.
Woo.
Shots fired. Steve is on form. The Peanuts have left the building.
I like it when Nikita sat in last week. Thank you, Nikita, for sitting in last week for us.
She's off to work early tomorrow. She's gone to bed.
To be honest, Matty, yes, that's quite a good number. I would have put you on probably a few more, to be honest, but you've got a fantastic collection, my friend.
You were making this guy seem like he had 1,000 watches or something. He's only got 28. Wow.
Only 28. Only more than a score.
Only 28. Compared to Steve, he's still in primary school, though, isn't he?
Right, look at that. Watch which said it right. Peanut powered, baby.
I think 28. That sounds. Yeah, I think I've got that. Round about 28.
Good. You got a watch for every month, every day in February.
You probably got 28 sitting right in front of you now. Come on.
No, I didn't bring any over with me tonight.
Whoa, unprepared.
I'm sat in the music room, and I've only got the watch on my wrist.
I feel like that there's going to be some questions coming your way, and you don't have anything with you. Wow.
Matt, can I ask you a question? Did you have 5 watches
within reach
when you came onto the show?
Oh, I brought. Grab my camera. I brought my 6th slot.
Got the box.
Okay,
there you go.
Okay. But there's only 5 in there. So I'm.
Well, I got one on my wrist.
That one on my wrist. Yeah, look, you gotta forgive. You gotta forgive the guys over there. They're not too good with math.
It's okay. We'll forgive them.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. That's really kind.
Thank you for that, Baldy. I do appreciate that.
Oh, hey, by the way, guys, Perry ate all those wafers you sent over. Those butter wafer things. She just ate them all now.
The shortbread.
She likes them. Yeah, you gotta give her another pack. She devoured them. Like, I didn't think there was all that, but she loved them, man.
Yeah, shortbread's nice, mate, especially with a cup of tea.
What do you do? I was going to ask you, is that why the holes are in them?
Fridge.
Is that why the holes are in them? So you dip them in the tea so it absorbs in them?
Yeah. So, but that's how I would have it. I don't know about Adrian.
How about Adrian? He probably puts Marmite on it and Branston and eats it. Guess who's down here, guys? Guess who's down here at my lap? Guess.
Charlie.
Charlie. Look at my bubby. That's my little boy.
I've seen him for a while.
Yeah. He misses you.
Steve, how many cats have you got?
I only got 3.
Average Joe.
I thought you were
Average Joe is in the house. Better late than never. What's up, my brother?
He's obviously been a busy man with work and stuff.
Yeah, well, work and YouTube and stuff, and he's going to get ready to get married.
Yeah, married this end, isn't it?
Shortbread.
Yeah, Nightwing says he likes shortbread cookies.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Any other comments, guys and girls? What's happening?
I'm just having a look. I'm not being rude. I'm just having a look through the comments.
Yeah, congratulations to Average Joe. He's getting ready to get married, and I don't know another week or something, I think.
Oh, nice one.
This weekend.
Yeah, weekend. He's going to Florida. Yeah, so congratulations, my brother.
Congrats.
Very happy for him and Jay and Eileen.
I'll see you on the beach, Average Joe.
And baby Madison, we got to give her a special shout out.
Yeah, he's got a lovely family.
Yes, he does,
mate. I hope it goes well.
Right. I was really surprised with Simon, man. Like, Simon's got an awesome family. Like, Simon's like a shenanigan guy, but man, he's really got the family thing down pat, man. I applaud you, brother.
What do you mean a shenanigan guy? I don't know which way to take that. What do you mean?
He's acting like he doesn't know.
Right. I know, right?
He's a pretty good actor. He doesn't talk about it very much.
Yeah, I just don't like to talk about things.
Yeah, we got a saying over here in the States about Marmite. I got to remember it now. I forgot.
You have a saying over there? I'm going to run to the fridge.
Yeah, I made one up. Oh, yeah. Hey, I made the mistake of putting my Marmite in the fridge, and it was like jam, like thick. And then Adrian like, no, you don't put it in the refrigerator.
So one thing I got to say is I really like the sort of community you guys have built. One thing that when I first started YouTube, I was a little anxious of was other YouTubers, right? Like when I first started, I was kind of competitive. I was like, can't comment on their video. I wouldn't want to give them more. I was afraid that people were viewing it as like a competition, and I was for a little while. but it's cool seeing you guys coming here and just having fun, like booing each other up and just having a good time. So that really has made me dial back sort of some of the like, oh, I got to compete. I gotta be the best.
I think the thing is that I think that's a very good point in terms of, for myself, I was in a pretty similar position to yourself, Matt, where I started my channel about 3 years ago, but I didn't really do anything with it until November. I don't want to get. I thought these people have heard this story so many times. So, but then obviously early this year, I started talking to these gentlemen, and it really changed my perspective on my channel. I still love doing it. Don't get me wrong.
Right.
But it's even better when you talk to like.
Hey, what's up, Trap Vision 3D in the house?
Hey, Trap.
Yes, Trap.
Trap is the innovator of the watch. Wait a minute, Simon. How's he say it? The watch. Wait a minute. What is it on my medal that you said he spelled wrong? I forget.
Versus.
Yeah. Look, Trap. I'm sorry. Simon has a problem with the way I've been saying everything tonight, so he's just in one of them moods, man.
Listen, Trap.
There's the medal.
Listen, Trap knows he's my boy. I just like
Trap,
to make
I got it on, Trap. I'm showing off. And you got to tell Nightwing, Trap, I am the heavyweight champ. I am, because there's different brackets. And I am the heavyweight champion because I have the hard-hitting collection.
When you say different brackets, you mean different weight divisions?
Yes, and I am the heavyweight. See, when Rico played, Rico was light featherweight. I'm heavyweight.
So you're like Tyson Fury out here, then, yeah? You're
right,
like Tyson Fury.
Exactly. Yep. Okay. Hey, Matty, we got to get you, man, in one of these watch battles, man. We got to sign you up, man.
He's got no Invictus, though. What's he gonna do?
Hey, I didn't play Invictus in my battle, and I wiped the floor with Kenny. I didn't play that many of them.
Yeah, I don't think that'll happen again, though, mate. They're going to be ready for you.
You hope they are. Kimon, if you're listening, buddy, you better be ready, because the heat that I'm bringing, you're going to need some hemorrhoid cream when I'm done.
Rough.
Oh, dear.
Well, it's all love. It's true. It's all fun, though. Look, like Matt, like if you see my promotion where I'm the dead man, the Undertaker, it's all fun.
It.
It's all fun. Look.
Love the Undertaker.
Kimon is awesome. Look, he's an awesome dude. It's nothing but love. It's just entertainment, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's all it is. It's just entertainment.
Well, when I saw you choke slam him, I was a little shocked, but
yeah. But it was all in love, though. That's all that matters.
How is Kenny? Have you spoke to Kenny since? Are you two on talking terms now?
I don't know. I think he quit Instagram.
No, he's been about. He still talks to me.
Oh boy!
Let me ask you a question, Matt. What's your 2-year plan, man? With like your YouTube and stuff. Like, where do you see yourself in like maybe a year or two from here? Maybe not 2 years, but maybe like a year from now. Where do you see yourself with your YouTube channel?
Yeah, so we'll keep it strictly to YouTube because the other plan is very different. But I would really like to get to the point where, like, one of the reasons behind making a YouTube channel was I wanted to get to the point where I could ask manufacturers to send me samples, and I would send it back to them, right, and they would respond. Right. Because with watches, there is so much choice. There are so many watches out there. You can't buy them all. And I wanted to be able to experience them and see them and check them out, And so I would like to get to the point where I have a subscriber count, probably around 1,000, where manufacturers respond. Like I do a lot of outreach. I reach out to a lot of manufacturers and get a lot of crickets, but occasionally I've gotten a couple bites. So it's nice to see that starting to come. But I suppose in the 1 year time frame, I would like to hit 1,000 subscribers. I would like to have people respond to me. And I like to be doing content where I talk to the designers, because as a mechanical engineer, I love mechanical design. That's like one of my passions. And talk with them about why they're doing X, Y, Z, or the other thing is fun for me. And I would like to be getting to the point where they respond to me and they'll talk to me about those things.
Right.
So that's what I'd like.
Cool. Well, you know something, Matt? You're over 18, right? Because you look like you're 18. I mean, you look very young. Huh?
I get that. I don't look as young as I used to, man. I looked at some photos pre-pandemic, post-pandemic, and dear Lord.
Steve, how much have you had to?
This is only my fourth beer, man.
And they're like 4%.
Sober up a little bit. How can you ask?
You haven't seen him before. Mate. 4, that's a lot.
No, but I'm not drinking. I'm not guzzling down bourbon and stuff like Simon does, man. I'm good.
Listen, mate. Listen, you got to remember, I'm Irish. I can handle my booze.
He just
Get him
sleeps
with
for,
Monster, the uppers and downs,
for
right?
2 days with the hangover. The last show we had a 2-day hangover, and we didn't speak to him for almost a week.
Yeah, that did happen. Oh, I know what we should mention before we go any further. We should remind everybody, if anyone didn't see Steve's post about his birthday, I don't know if he was advertising the fact that there is no beers and watches next week, or whether it's his birthday.
Right.
I'm not sure, but yeah, no beer and watch chat on YouTube next week. However, myself and Simon, we may jump on to Instagram Live at some time over the weekend. We shall see. So if anybody wants to come along and join us, jump in on the chat. We can have 2 others in there.
Right.
You know, people in, people out. Feel free. But we'll see what happens. We may not.
What is Trap talking about with shorts? What is he saying about shorts? Did you guys see that?
Steve, it's what you said. It's what you wear in the summertime. So Steve gets a bit warm.
No, but he said
the opposite of Paul's.
No, but what is he talking about? Like, people are laughing that I missed something.
No.
I've not been watching, mate, to be honest.
YouTube Shorts are a new feature that YouTube is starting to test out, where it's a video less than a minute long, shot with a vertical camera, and it's kind of like the response to TikTok.
Okay.
So they're pushing them, but there's, I have mixed feelings about them because metrics-wise, it drops your average view duration.
Yeah.
Some people have done them. Like I think the Town Watch has done a couple, and you'll see they get like maybe 700 views as opposed to like 200 the normal.
Right.
But I don't know if that translates to actual subscribers or returning views.
No.
To be honest with you,
I personally think they're a waste of time.
Yeah, I was going to say, to be honest with you, I'm not looking to do videos that last 30 seconds or a minute.
Right,
I'm not production out there.
Yeah, I mean, even Average Joe's done some. I mean, they can work. I'm not saying they can't, but that's not my. What do you call it? My pucker. That's pucker, right? Or pants? What is that? Pants?
Why are you plagiarism's a real thing, mate? Why are
you? Matty, that's what we were just saying. It's his pants.
So I'm saying, like, the thing is, what you got to find. Steve? Have you heard of USP? Have you heard of a thing called USP? It's not look at
Average Joe. I've done a few that 7K views. That's because Average Joe's the man, dude. That's why.
No, but he's saying he didn't get benefit from it.
Didn't get much from it, no.
Yeah.
I don't think they're really worth it.
To sort of add on to what Adrian was saying earlier in terms of the Instagram Live next week, what would be fantastic from our perspective is if you could come on, roll off. It's like when you play football, soccer, whatever, and you sort of like rolling subs. We can just keep getting people on and off, get some questions, get some engagement going is what I'd like to do.
Exactly.
Engage, get people talking, get people having a laugh. That's what it's all about.
Right.
And I think it doesn't matter. I think Steve's mentioned this before. It does not matter if you've got a YouTube channel.
That's right.
What it's about. The thing is, we're just normal people with the start of a YouTube channel. We're the same as you. So it'd be nice to everyone for you to talk about your passion, why you watches, and just, you know what I mean? That's not about yourself.
I got to give the warning bell real quick because I'm going to be the Adrian. Somebody's always got to be the sourpuss, and it's normally Adrian. But just to let everybody know, we're at an hour and 28 minutes. So we got 28 minutes to go before we shut it down for the guys in the UK.
So you always seem like the referee that comes on and tells us we're running out of time. That's what you seem like.
Well, no, it's Adrian that does. No, it's usually Adrian, dude. And tell Nikita he's fired. Nikita is, hi, Jan. Nikita's fired as the bartender because Adrian had to get his own beer. So Nikita's fired.
I did. Yeah. She's got to bed because she's working early in the morning. Abby's not here this weekend.
Shaking my head.
Adrian, what's going on?
Well, no, she's working early tomorrow, so she's got to bed.
Okay.
She's mad at him. As that translates, she's mad at him.
Get the guitars out.
Oh, there we go.
Look at Average Joe. Hit that button to help the algorithm. That's right. Thank you, Average Joe.
Smash that like button, as they say.
I'm in front of my desk.
Do you know what? Do you know one thing I would say is talking about people that are just normal people, as you guys know, Average Joe is that guy. He's the same as us. He's just doing a YouTube channel, and it's been really successful. But the fact that he'll talk to us, he'll talk to everyone else. He's done interviews with big YouTubers. It doesn't make any difference to him, and I think that's what's appealing for me, regardless of what this YouTube channel does. I'm still going to be the same person. I'm still going to go to the toilet and wipe my own bottom. So
That's right.
So what I do as a person, do you understand
That's
what I mean?
That's the pucker. That's right.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, Simon.
Yeah.
And I mean, average Joe, as you said, don't want to keep kind of blowing sunshine, but yeah, he's that's kind of the kind of person. As long as I can stay like that, he is genuine. Doesn't matter that he's got thousands of subscribers.
Right.
He's the same guy he was when I started following him when he had I think about 100.
And
he's no different.
And people got to realize. Look, people got to realize that honestly, I know he pushed Adrian. He did. He pushed Adrian.
He threw me under that bus.
He did. but then he started with me, and you did too. So yeah, so I totally agree, man. It's not kissing, but it's being humble and recognizing somebody else being humble. And I think that's very important in life, that no matter how successful you get, I don't care if it's YouTube, if it's rich and fame, whatever it is, you need to be humble and you need to remember your roots. And he does that. And I think if everybody stuck to that, and I mean, so does Jody from Just One More Watch. If you stay humble, and Miguel always says it. I love Miguel too on SoCal Watch Reviews because he's a very humble man. And you got to stay humble at the end of the day to be successful.
But Steve, the thing is, there's one thing saying it, but words are cheap. Do you understand what I'm saying?
It's about to be it, right?
And for me, like the reason I like these people is because they have the same values as me. Even I don't know Joe as well as you guys, and I've met him for a little while. But the thing is, for me, I can normally size people up quite well. And for me, what it's all about is the type of person you are.
Right.
And you can't get gassed on your own success. Do you understand what I mean? It doesn't make any difference. It doesn't matter what you're doing, because at the end of the day, you're still the same person.
Right.
So, and what this is all about is just engaging people. It's about letting people talk and have a platform about something they're passionate about. So that's why the thing is with this Beer and Watches chat, what I like about it is exactly that, is that we get people on every week, that we give them a platform in which to talk about themselves, and talk about why they like this hobby that we're all interested in.
And some of them don't have YouTube. That's what people don't understand. Listen, we've had Vic Fowl on, who was just the Instagram guy, and then Vic the community. We've had KCS Timepieces, which is just strictly an IG, live guy. And it's like we've had the Godfather on. These are people we can have on that don't have a YouTube channel. You don't have to have a YouTube channel, guys, to be on our channel.
No, you don't.
Definitely
no, you do not.
You just have to like watches. That's it.
And the thing is, I'm not being funny from my perspective. And I know from the guys I do this with, that will never change. That will never change. And I would be adamant about that personally, even in the next couple of years, regardless of where this takes us. I want it to have the same platform in terms of engaging with people, because at the end of the day, this is nothing without the people that watch it.
Exactly.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right. And look at Average Joe's comment. This is great. Treat people the way you want to be treated. I treat the janitor the same as I treat the CEO. That's right.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
like
the
I said,
thing is this: we surround ourselves around people, Matt, that have the same thinking. Like we don't surround ourselves. I'm talking about our circle. We don't surround ourselves with people that are gonna, goof with the groove. Like honestly, we all mess around with and are friends and talk with people that are the same mentality as us. And I think if you keep that group tight, I think you'll be good. Like you don't want that group to be too big.
What's nice is, this is kind of a niche hobby, right? Like this is not something, especially with the younger generation, I always call it, being one, it's not something a lot of people care about. So being able to come somewhere and talk about this niche hobby with other people who are super excited about it, and it's accessible and honest, that's huge, right? Like I was just, my buddy who's watching texted me, he's like, I like these guys. I feel like I need to buy a bunch more watches now. I've already converted him.
You definitely do. Actually, Steve, Steve, just on your calendar, talking about the guys we've got coming on, and being some are YouTubers and some are not. You did remember to leave July the 23rd available, because I know that you said that we were full up until August.
Yes, we're full now.
Yeah, July the 23rd. You've kept that one, haven't you? You have.
No, I don't think. I don't know. I got to look at the calendar, dude. I can't access it now, but you'll have to send me a message. Crap.
Yeah, I've sent you several messages, and you've been asked by me and by my daughter. It's my daughter's birthday on Friday, the 23rd of July,
Oh,
and she wants to come on here and watch us.
Wait a minute. See, okay, well, guess what?
Awesome.
She'll be sitting in your lap during whoever's our guest. I don't even remember, but that's fine.
No, you were supposed to fit her in for the 23rd of July.
Adrian, listen, Abby's on the show. Don't worry about that. Like,
Right.
Always.
Yes.
You got to get your priorities
But
right.
she'll come in anyway.
But listen, it don't matter because Nikita and Abby are just in the same. They're the family with us, so it don't matter. They can pop in anytime or night they want.
But I was going to say something. Then you, I can't remember what I was
I know
going to
that
say.
Adrian just talked about that because I think that Brandon Case and Dow. That's July we're talking about, Adrian.
Yeah, that's cut.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it is enablers. That's 100% true.
Yeah.
Trap vision.
Yes.
But do you know what, man? Talking about, I asked you earlier about the reason for your motivation for starting a YouTube channel and stuff, and I know most people it's the same in terms of whether they like it or not. It gives them an excuse to buy watches, doesn't it? That's ultimately what you get. But for me, I said before, it does because
It's not an excuse. It's a reason.
Yeah, of course. No, but the same
Thank you,
difference. You say to your missus, I need to do this because I need to make a video. Whereas normally you can't get away with it because she's like doing this stuff. But what I'm trying to say is for me, ultimately my reason is that I've said this before. There were so many watches that I liked the look of, and there was content because most people they like to copy other people in terms of what content they put out. So what I wanted to do was find videos. Even if I do put some videos out that other people put out, but I also put videos out that I would want to see in terms of there's no content out there. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because otherwise you can saturate the market with one watch, but there's loads of watches that are not getting looked at. Do you understand?
You see that with like Teddy Baldessar, One More Watch. Like the Tissot TRX or PRX, whatever it was, a couple months ago.
PRX.
That was everywhere. You know, I saw that and I was like, I don't care about that watch. I am not going to do a video on that. Like, I'm not touching that because it's interesting because you can see all of those major channels. They'll catch onto a watch and they'll all do a video. And it's like I like what you're saying, Sam, where you do the watches you want to see. You do the watches that maybe there's not a video and maybe it doesn't do well. Like I've done a couple of videos where they really don't get a lot of views, but I liked the watch. So whatever.
That's exactly the thing is. And the thing is, I can generally tell before I put the watch up whether it'll do well now. I can tell. Yeah. But the thing is, I don't care because ultimately I want to put that out for that one person that wasn't sure whether they should buy it or not, because I know with myself, I'm going to tell them the truth. I'm not going to tell them what they want to hear. I'm not going to tell them anything but what I feel. Do you understand what I'm saying? So, because I want them to make an informed decision based on my comments.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and the thing is that person is likely to watch your video if they see it's genuine. They're likely to be a return viewer. Like there's someone who would support you, right? Like they would come back to you saying, "Oh, when I wanted to find this watch, this guy gave a very accurate and like passionate review. I want to see more of what he has to say. You know, I want to see his opinion on these other watches. You know."
Right. Yeah, he's got a good point. Look at Watchwitch got a good point though. Some of that is the power of the watch companies marketing and sending watches out too, which is true.
Definitely.
Because look, I can tell you for an example, Seven Sins, Matt.
Oh,
Seven
I did it too.
Is everywhere.
So do you know Ross?
Right. Yes.
Yeah.
Hey, Ross. He's coming on the show.
Oh my gosh.
The 28th of May, and you got to watch it, Matt.
I got to be there.
Intro.
I got to be there.
I've got no idea how we're going to introduce him.
I'm going to introduce him. I already know it. I already know. Listen, it's going to be the most breathtaking, most phenomenal introduction you've ever heard in your life.
You've been watching a lot of old wrestling promos, I can tell.
Yes.
I don't mean to interrupt anyone, but can I just sort of, Steve, can you click on Matthias's comment, the next one, where it says,
yes,
what do you think of YouTubers who sell watches? For me, I think that's a very good question because I think also what happens is, I don't want to offend anybody, but I do think it sort of affects your credibility because I do feel like sometimes people do not say what they want to say because they feel like they can't. And I feel like once you get into that position, your YouTube channel, so again, I think the credibility of your YouTube channel does waver because I feel like you still need to stay consistent. That would be
you become an advertising platform if you're not careful.
It's 100% transparency. So if they at the start of the video say, hey, I got this watch from the company, I'm keeping it or I'm selling it, that's okay, because at the start you understand the frame. When they don't say that, that's when it's like, oh, you get through the video and you realize, wait a minute, it's for sale on their website.
I see what you're saying. Yeah. Right.
They almost trusting them into a car salesman, don't they, in terms of the fact they're trying to sell.
I can tell you that Miguel, I love him, SoCal Watch Reviews. He has a couple watches for sale, and he says, I mean, he put on Instagram that he was selling a couple, like the Spinnaker and a couple, but I mean, you know what I mean? Like he says in the beginning of his videos, these are my watches, I get to keep them, and I think it's important that you tell your audience, right, guys, like that have had watches coming in, you need to tell your audience if this review is either you're allowed to keep it or you have to send it back. I think that's important to let people know, don't you guys?
I think it's only important if it changes your perspective on something, to be honest.
Right.
I think you need to tell them, because
but the thing is, generally what you'll do, if you got something for free, you should put it so it says includes paid promotion. That needs to be anyway.
Yeah, absolutely.
So that in itself tells somebody that they've had some interaction and you've benefited some way from that. So that generally tells people. But in general, my problem is it shouldn't change your opinion of the watch. I think that ultimately for me, like I've always said, my thing is that I will never batter a watch ever.
Right.
I still respect the process in terms of they've had to follow a process to make that watch.
Exactly.
So
sorry, Matt. The thing is, but my thing is that it shouldn't change your opinion just because it was sent in, because someone else isn't going to get that watch for free. They're going to pay for that watch.
Yes.
So it shouldn't change your opinion, but I feel like it's very challenging to not let it impact that, right? Because at least at the start, when you're not used to getting watches, it's like, oh wow, like fine, like someone gave, like this is like $200 normally or $300, whatever. That's awesome, and it changes your perception of it. I think.
Yes. It happened to me, Matt. It happened to me with the Zenea watch. Look.
Yeah.
Okay, listen. I wasn't even on YouTube yet when Jason Hutton from Zenea Watches reached out to me and said, I'm sending the watch in for you to review on Instagram. Now, I ended up getting a phone that the week before it came in, so I ended up having my YouTube starting. So you're right, because I was starstruck by, wow, I'm getting a Swiss-made micro brand $1,200 watch. Oh my goodness. And it blinded me. I got to admit, it blinded me, Matt. And I saw everything as perfect on this watch that wasn't perfect, but I saw it as perfect.
Steve,
and I goofed up.
Steve, can I say one thing? The thing is what I do, and I'm not perfect. I'm fallible like everyone else. What I do is I take a second to digest. And I take a second to think over what I think of the watch. And the thing is, I'm not saying that just because you got it for free, you should make a point and slag it off.
Right.
No, but what I think you should do is be honest. Like for me, what I have, as you know, I love pants and pucker. And my pants and pucker will stay the same regardless. Right. It's not up for debate. These are things that I like and the things I don't like.
Right.
And that's for me. That Adrian, you know this. We've spoken about this. It's as harsh as I go on a watch.
Right.
I will never rip a watch apart ever.
Right.
Because they don't deserve that. They've taken the time to make a watch. I've not done that. I've not gone through that process of making a watch. So I respect.
But look, I take Adrian's advice. Look, Adrian, I took Adrian's advice. Adrian said after that video, because you guys could all tell I sounded like a damn robot, and I took your guys' advice. What did you guys tell me? Unbox the watch, leave it alone for 2 days, right? That's what you guys told me. And then pick it up in 2 days, put it on your wrist, and then start wearing it. Because if you get that starstruck thing in the beginning, it's going to kill your review, you know?
Yeah, you have to be careful. If you're doing an unboxing, and if it's a true unboxing in it, and you've got no idea what it is that you're going to be opening, then I think you do have to be I try and be as careful as I can as to how much I say about what it is that's in front of me. I will only do the absolute basics. Well, it's stainless steel, it's got a leather strap or a bracelet or whatever. I won't go too deep into it because you can dig yourself a bit of a hole if you're not careful.
Right. Well, and that's the thing I appreciate about the community. Like, you guys reached out to me and told me that. Look, here's the thing. Not everybody who started a darn watch YouTube channel had advice. So I feel like I have an advantage over newer YouTubers because I have so many friends that have YouTube channels. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the thing is this: my opinion is only that. Really, it's my opinion,
Right.
and I'm not trying to say that the way I'm doing things is right. Do you understand?
Right.
It's all trial and error, and that's why I'm basing it upon. But all I'm going to say is that, and I will say it till the day I stop making videos, is that the day I stop being honest in my videos is the day I probably stop doing videos, because I feel like I owe it to the viewing public, the odd person that watches my videos. I owe it to them to be honest about what I see, regardless of the circumstances.
Right.
And that's more what I'm alluding to. Is not so much that I'm just going to slag someone off, because I wouldn't do that, but I want to be honest, because I don't want someone to buy the watch and be like, that's not what I was expecting.
Right.
And that's not what I want to happen. So that's where I'm.
I mean, on that point, we've got Leon here.
Leon, right? Go ahead, Adrian.
He's asked, has anyone purchased a watch that you have reviewed and complained that it's not what they said it was?
Nope.
But no. But what I have done is I have bought a watch on the strength of other people's reviews, and when it had arrived, I'm like,
I'll be back in 1 second.
are you guys looking at the same thing that I am?
Right.
So I think you do have to be careful. I think when you review a watch. I mean, I know that Simon does his pants and pucker, which is a fantastic way of kind of separating what you see as, you know, the pluses and minuses. But I try and be as truthful as possible without, as Simon says, without tearing a watch apart. I mean, sometimes I'll see things and you think, oh God, this is terrible.
Right.
You do have to be a bit careful about how you put it.
Right. Well, look at Watchwit. Look at his comment to Simon. Look at that. Simon, go ahead. Read that, bud.
I've always thought that was Simon. The watch company probably watches your videos, not focus on way. I bet you.
That's a good comment. What do you think, Simon?
To be honest with you, yeah, you're probably right.
Right.
Because ultimately, we're not always going to say what they want us to say. But then again, we're not computer. We're not robots. Do you understand what I mean?
Right.
And I think also because what most companies do, they will take it to the public audience in terms of they will go and get a general consensus from normal people to see what they think about the product. So I feel like that's also what you get from YouTube in terms of you'll get a holistic view on an item. So I feel like if we all just blow smoke up there, they're not gaining anything. They're not going to improve. It's the same way, like I always say on my videos, I'm happy to get some constructive feedback because I can always improve. I'm not perfect by any stretch of the imagination.
Right.
If you say something to me, I'll take it on board and I'll try and move forward with it. But the thing is, if we keep telling people that they're fantastic, there's no room for improvement. There's nowhere for them to go. So I feel like we need to be ultimately honest of ourselves in terms of what we're putting out. Because people know, people are not stupid. They can see through this stuff. They can see every video. If you put it out and you're like, oh my God, it's amazing.
Right.
What's he talking about? They're going to question your credibility straight away. They're going to be like, well, I know that watch is going to be fine because he said it last time.
You're absolutely right.
That's one thing I struggle with because I only review watches that I like, right? So all my reviews are positive because I only do, because I'm not at the point where people are just sending me stuff, right? Like, I don't think I'll be that for quite a while.
Matt, you need to buy some crap, mate, is what you need to do. You need to buy some crap.
Yeah, you need to do that.
Hey, look at this comment from Watchwit. He didn't even talk about the knurling on the crown, bastard. That's a good one, Watchwit. That's a good one, man.
Well, the thing is, I guess I gave the Invicta I did not a great review. Like I didn't give it a bad review because if you like it, great. Like that's the cool thing about watches. I might not like a brand, but if you like it, heck yeah, man, wear it.
Right.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, wear what you like and buy what you like.
Exactly.
But, I mean, I think that that finding something that's negative on a watch, it's not about finding something that's negative.
Right.
I think it's just about being truthful about what's in front of you.
Yes.
I think one that I've actually recorded today. I mean, it looks fantastic, but once you start getting into the nitty gritty and start looking around it,
right.
There's areas of it that are just not
right.
But it's how you put that across. I think you have and you have to be careful that you don't just kind of tear at a new one.
Exactly.
And kind of belittle them.
sorry to interrupt. The thing is, what I found with other YouTube channels, and I won't mention anyone, is I do feel like sometimes they go out of their way to bash a brand, and they'll smash watches up and all this stuff, and I think that's completely ridiculous.
Right.
Because they do not know the process that these watch companies go through to manufacture this watch.
Exactly.
So you've got to have respect. Do you understand what I mean? So I will never do that on my channel.
Right.
Regardless of what anyone says. So I've got an appreciation for the fact they've produced a watch. Do you understand what I mean? First and foremost. So I'm not going to do that. But what I will say is, do I recommend this watch? I probably wouldn't. And that's as far as I go. Whether you like what I've said or not, that's my opinion. My opinion is also subjective. You may love it. That's fine. I have no issue with that.
Right. But here's the thing, Simon. We got to get it dark. Hey, Adrian, this is my suggestion. I think you should send Simon over your Invicta to review and to wear for a little bit.
You're suggesting something I've already told him is going to happen.
Oh, okay. Well, see, listen, guys, great minds think alike. So I'm happy because I'm trying to turn a Trap. If you're listening, Trap, I'm trying to get Simon to the eye side.
Matt, this Invicta is not what you think it is either.
Is
yes,
it the Pro
no,
Diver?
it's not. Right, come on. It's
give
not.
Give me a moment.
Okay. The Pro Diver could probably be okay.
Hey, Matt, be prepared to be mesmerized. Yes.
See, what I would say, I don't want to give too much away because I've got quite a lag on my videos, but I've got an Invicta Pro Diver coming soon.
Ooh, there we go. That's the one.
That is gonna. I'm probably going to fall out with some people, and some people are probably going to love it.
Do me a favor, Simon. Make sure at some point you do a review of the pocket watch. It don't have to be serious.
Of course I will.
All right, we got it.
Well, look, Matt, look at that. Look, this isn't what you think is right. Look at that. That's a beauty. That's an Invicta. You can't even really tell. It don't have all the crazy branding everywhere.
I can tell because how big it is.
Right. Look, it's not that big. Come on, man. It ain't that big.
What are you talking about? That's going to be like 47 millimeters.
No, it's like 42, I think.
No, do you know why you could tell? Because it's bigger than my new pocket watch is why you could tell.
Right, yeah. All right. Well, look, man. We're going to close this out. We're going to close this out. We're going to start with Matt.
You're going to close this out with Matt pushing me under a bus with me.
Yeah, it's fine. Look, Matt, there'll be redemption. But, Matt, you start off, say what you want, and we'll just go up, and we'll go down, and then we'll go with me at that.
Well, I guess I just want to say thank you all for having me on. It's been a ton of fun. Absolutely down to do it again if you ever want. Yeah, and if you guys want to collaborate at any point, happy to do so. I like y'all a lot. I really have had a lot of fun. It's been a good time.
Yeah, thank you for coming on so graciously. We really appreciate it. Like I said, Adrian is an enabler. You see this finger, Adrian?
I do want to say
what I do.
It's Adrian's fault.
I do want to give a special thanks to Adrian because he was actually the one who introduced me to you guys, right? And Instagram. Yeah. He commented on one of my videos saying, "Hey, have you ever thought about Instagram?" And so I went to his channel, got his email, and he started emailing him about it. And so thank you very much for introducing me to Instagram, introducing me to these guys, and helping bring me towards the community.
You're welcome, man. Welcome.
Awesome. Well, look, Adrian, see, I got the big finger. It's not as big as Weeze's, but it's Adrian's fault. He turns us, so he has a lot of good suggestions. Look, he's got a good noggin up here, man. All right, it's all you, Simon.
Yeah, Matt, thanks for coming on. Unlike Adrian, I'm not the most engaged YouTuber on the circuit. I don't tend to message a lot and all that sort of stuff. I don't do Instagram very well. My wife is taking over my Instagram. I do look at videos as and when I've got a chance, but like most people, I've got a full-time job, so it's just trying to find a balance. But if you're a good person and you come across well, then chances are I will support you, and I'll also, as and when I can, I'll also give you a shout out and stuff because I just want to listen. I just want everyone to do well. To be honest, I'm not it's not a race to the top for me. I'm not trying to be like that person that's doing fantastic. I want us all to grow together, and I also have just to enjoy it, to be honest. So, and as always, guys, thanks for tuning back in and for putting up with my ranting and my raving and stuff. So, thank you very much. Hopefully we'll see you next week. And next week, the week after. But if you want to come on Instagram, me and Adrian will be doing sort of a roll-on, roll-off system, so you can come in and talk to us. But yeah, thanks for tuning back in. And as I always say, don't forget to like and subscribe. And always watch the time. Take care.
Yes. All right, Adrian.
Damn it, you got there before me.
It's all you, Adrian. Here comes Slack. Here comes the UK Slack.
Oh, don't start that again, mate. No. Thanks, Matt, for coming on. It's been a real pleasure to kind of get to know you a bit more and have a look at some of your collection as well. Really appreciate you kind of taking time out to come on. And thanks to everybody in the chat who's kind of. We've had Leon's actually been relatively quiet tonight.
Yes,
so,
he has.
Unheard of.
That. Yeah, it is unheard of. Yeah, and we will get him on here at some point, sometime. We will bully him enough, and he'll come on.
Also, Agent and Matthias. I would love to have Matthias on the show. I asked him.
Do you know what? It would be great to get Matthias on here and have a look at some of his collection and chat to him if he's up for it. Absolutely.
He said he was. So we'll see what happens.
Yeah, he doesn't have to be.
That would be great. The other guy I'd like to get on here if he's up for it is True 2022. I think that guy's fantastic.
Yeah. And then what about this other guy I watch with too? He's like a YouTuber. I've already spoken to Wit, and I did send you a message about it. But there we go. That's your memory again. Adrian, I think Adrian, in his old age, think he's sending me stuff that he's not because I already booked up all July.
Steve, can I say one thing? You don't have to pay much. Once again, you don't need to pay much. You just need to pay attention. So if you knew that,
I'm telling you, I already got like we're already booked up for July. Like, so I don't know how I missed it. Sorry, Adrian, but we'll get Abby on.
No. Wait, what we've got to do? I'll remind you. Okay, what we've got to do with Wit is he's got to wait until he's got a Friday off work because otherwise he wouldn't be able to start until late. He's going to let us know what it is, and we'll fit him in.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, look, thanks, Matt, so much. I appreciate you coming on. I love your channel. Like, it's good to get to know you. I'm just so happy you came on. To me, you're younger than me. I'm going to be 46 next Friday, okay? So I get excited, and you can ask these two here. I get excited.
Next Friday. Did you get that, Matt? His birthday is next Friday. Everybody out there, his birthday is next Friday.
I got packages coming in.
Steve, did you say your birthdays are coming up soon? Is your birthday
coming up Friday the 21st?
Is it next Friday?
Birthday present from you guys. I already, but here's the thing.
Talk about it.
Thank you. I don't like to talk about my birthday too much. You know, I'm trying
or
to be
about the fact that he won that watch battle.
Right. But look, I want it. But look, thank you so much for coming on. I enjoy your channel. You're a really cool guy. But here's the thing I was trying to say. I get excited about young collectors collecting because to me, it's a good thing for kids. Well, not kids, but young adults to get into. But there's worse things, Matt. There's worse things you could be tied up in now. I would rather you, if I was your father or mother, to be in the watches, okay? So that's a good thing. So thank you for coming on the show. And please remember, time is short. Let someone you care about know how much you love them today. Guys, thanks for coming on. Thank you for in the comments.
Pleasure.
Everybody have a great weekend. And
thanks, everybody.
Nope, he just dropped off.
He shut off too soon. He just left.
Right,
I'm out of here.
That's it. That's it.
The mic. No, is he? Who's still live?
He's gone.
Is Steve live or are we live? We're live.
We're live, yeah.
guys and girls, how do you stop it being live? Because Arthur's on the postcard. Because I don't know what he's done.
The little cross at the bottom is leave, so I guess that's all we can do because he's just left.
But thank you for coming on. And the thing is, contrary to popular belief, he's not 18, guys. He's not going to be like getting in trouble for being on the show.
No, he's not the same age as me.
Shocking, I know, but it's a surprise to everyone.
But Matt, honestly, thanks for coming on. And hopefully, we'll see you again soon.
Yeah,
and like I said, make sure you stay in touch with us.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, do that.
Don't leave. I think you need to call the school.
All right, well, have a nice weekend, guys.
Yeah, take it easy, guys. You're the best.
See you later, guys.
All right, guys, we got to end this. There we go. I